Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Totally unplanned, obviously. I'm trying to make this work. Who's in the room? Who just came in? It's not working at all, is it? I'm trying to get set up, guys. This is totally unplanned.
Before fourth and goal, let's show you what happened for Sam Darnold and the New York Jets. They go right down the field on Jacksonville. Ryan Griffin, really tackling fellas. He pops into the end zone. How about a 12-play, 92-yard drive for the Jets? Sam Darnold, 7 of 7, 88 yards and a touchdown. He saw the post on that one, and then the goal 7-6. Jets have the lead. Field goal attempt for the Rams.
Who's in the room? What's up, guys? I'm exhausted, and I just got home, and I figured I'd stream the Saints game. If you guys are joining, I can't show it, but I'm watching it and talking. First stream back, and it's your team losing, both of you. D4C, I don't think I've seen you before. They're not losing yet, were they? Did Cardinals kick? I feel like I have lag on my TV. I know Cardinals were in the red zone. My TV must have a huge lag. Yeah, Cardinals scored. My TV must be like 5 minutes behind. Dude, can you believe I just changed my name. I saw this picture was the same. I actually looked at it, I'm like, why is that picture familiar? I didn't realize it was you. Hello, sir. Yeah, the Cards scored like 3 minutes ago. I have to refresh my screen because they just kicked it like 10 seconds ago. So I'm going to refresh this real quick. But hello, everybody. Fleeb, what's up? Or D4C. Did you? I'm going to call you D4C just because it's shorter. Do you just have another account, or you actually changed your name? Can you believe was my go-to? Right now, guys, Saints are losing 3-0. If you're checking in, I know a lot of you listen on the radio and you don't see the game. Saints are losing. They missed a field goal early, and the Cardinals just kicked a field goal. The Saints are down 3-0. I do a thing where I do a shot. I can't put it on. I can't put the game on. I've done that before. Even if I show like clips of it, the channel gets pulled and I get a strike. So I cannot show the game. I can tell you the play-by-play. That's all I can do. Anybody that does it, anybody that shows the game, they might be up for 10 or 15 minutes, but then they get pulled and their channel gets striked, and then they never do it again. D4C as in dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Very good. Big fan of the song. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Can you believe? What am I supposed to do? This is a test to see if it is you, even though I realize it probably is. What do I do? What do I have to do if the Cardinals just did a field goal? This is a little tester. Ugh. Take a shot. Very good, sir. And that is what I will do. I wasn't able to get my usual wild turkey, so I have Fireball today. Hopefully, the game isn't so high scoring that I drink a whole fifth, but we're going to go with that. Yeah, my TV's on delay too, like big time delay. Someone in the chat, yeah, who was it? You. Someone told me 3 minutes before I even saw it, and I'm watching it live. I don't understand. But here we go. This is for the Cardinals scoring. Fireball, cinnamon goodness. Ah. I also have the red zone on. So I'm seeing the red zone and the Saints game. That way I don't miss anything going on. I'm just going to pop up another window over here. How you been? Can you believe? I haven't been on in a while. Some shit going on in my life. So I haven't posted videos or anything in the last 5-6 days. But I was home. The Saints were on. The president of the U.S. in JoJo Bizarre Adventure has the power named I'm assuming that's Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Is it 2 T's or was that a mistype? I'm waiting for the wire stream. D4C, let me know. Does this look better or sound better? The reason I didn't do a live stream for the wire yet is because I still haven't gotten a camera. The reason I haven't gotten a new camera is because I just got the Pixel 4. That's what I'm videotaping this off of right now. I didn't want to buy another camera for my PC if the Pixel 4 camera was significantly better. So what do you think? Is the quality from the streams I did off my other phone, or the webcam, I guess, in general, do you think this looks better or sounds better? Because they said Pixel 4 had the greatest camera ever conceived by the Lord. But there will be a wire stream. I got to talk to all these people about it. I watched 9 months of a show while editing, and I can't see a difference. Well, then Pixel's full of shit. Pixel told me, whoever the commercials that Pixel does. Oh my God. I am sore. But yeah, there's definitely going to be a wire. I got to finish I finished El Camino, but I couldn't finish the edit. Crazy week going on. So my mother's in the hospital. I won't get into specifics, but my mother had to go into the hospital. And I was there all week, every day. I'm running on fumes. But like I said, I just got home and I felt like just relaxing and venting. And I figure if I'm going to watch the Saints, might as well give the play-by-play with my friends. Saints are almost in the red zone, guys. Saints are getting there. Just trying to watch everything going on in football right now. I got red zone over here, Saints in the corner, Saints over here just for the stats reading. Drew Brees so far is doing pretty decent. I mean, he hasn't had any mess ups. It's just the only mess up was by the kicker. And I think there was like a dropped pass in the end zone or something. But the Saints are past. Hill is doing work too. The tight end Hill, I'm pretty sure has the highest yardage in the game right now. I should actually have the stats over here. It says Murray does. It says Murray has the leading in rushing and catching. But Hill's up there. Hill just had 20 yards at least. Did you watch Joker? Yes, I did, D4C. I saw Joker. I loved it. I think I saw it twice the first week. Do you plan on doing any Walking Dead live streams? Daniel D, the only reason I didn't is because the first 2 weeks I watched it with my parents. My parents are very into Walking Dead. So My mother will not let me tape anything, even her voice. My mother is horrified of live stuff. So I don't want, I could sneak in there and she wouldn't even know, but then she'd see this and freak out and kill me. So because of that, Walking Dead has kind of become like a family show that I will not be able to live stream. I might, if I miss episodes with my parents, I might like throw them up individually, but oh my God. Sorry, I'm watching the red zone. Lions just got a crazy touchdown. But yeah, no, Walking Dead might be its own thing that I do myself because it's just too. I mean, there's already enough stuff I'm doing. I'm trying to keep that a family thing, I guess. There's not a lot of shows my family watches. I did Game of Thrones with my sister. My parents do Walking Dead. Westworld, my parents and my sister kind of watch, but it's like on the fence. I'm curious to see if they're actually going to watch that when it starts. I'm definitely, if they don't watch that, I'm probably definitely going to react to Westworld. I'll make sure that phone don't fall. But yeah, I don't know if any of you've noticed, but way in the background, if you look on my shelf over there, I got a Monster Squad cutout that stands up on my desk. Halloween, I did another convention the other day. I went to Thriller or Chiller. I went to Chiller in Parsippany. Met some more people. They had a Revenge of the Nerds reunion, stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff. Did you see BoJack Horseman put out part 1 of its final season? D4C, I've never seen BoJack Horseman. I've seen like maybe the first 2 episodes, but I don't remember much. I just remember the voice of BoJack was something Arquette, the guy that was the figure skater with Amy Poehler in Blades of Fury or whatever the heck that movie is called, Will Ferrell. I don't know. All I know is I've not seen BoJack Horseman enough to remember anything. Now that I've seen it for a bit, the camera definitely looks better. Oh, okay, cool. I'm happy to hear that because I was like, I had a Pixel 2, and this is 2 generations later, and they've been raving about the camera on this. So I'm like, if the camera isn't much better, that's 2 generations ago. That's a bit of a failure on Pixel's part, especially claiming it's the best camera on the market. Like I said, I still might buy another camera for the PC, but I was curious. I just got this like a day ago, 2 days ago. So I was curious to see how the quality is on an actual live stream. It's got cool features and stuff. The phone's got like all kinds of nifty things that you really don't need, but they're fun to play with. All right, the Saints, man, they're in the red zone, but it's 2nd and 13. Saints might. Oh, it's the end of the first quarter. That's why. End of the first quarter. Timeout. Will Arnett. What did I say? Arquette? Yeah, Will Arnett. Thank you, sir. Did I say Arquette? Arnett? Arquette? I think I said Arquette. Anyway, so who else is in this room that's watching football? It's in timeout on the Saints game. I got the red zone up here too. Looks like the Bills are about to score. I'm hoping the Bills, well, it looks like they're going to make the playoffs, but I hope they don't frig up at the end. I really want to see, if the Saints can't do it, I'd like to see someone like the Bills pull it off. I do not want to see another Patriots Super Bowl. I know they're going to make the playoffs. I just don't want to see them in the Super Bowl. Matt Ryan's got his backup in. He's doing all right, I guess. Aaron Paul and Brie Larson is in it as well. Are they? Oh, I do remember. Wasn't Aaron Paul the white trash kid that always wears like the wool hat? I do remember. For some reason, I guess because I was watching Breaking Bad at the time, I do remember his voice. So I do remember him. Brie Larson, though. I don't remember Brie. I know who Brie Larson is, obviously. I just don't remember her in the show. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure I might have only seen 1 episode. So not a whole lot going on. All right. Saints 3rd and 9. Drew Brees is 11 for 13. Drew Brees is 11 for 13 passing. That is not too shabby, considering he was gone forever. what, a third of the season? It's about 6 games. So about a third of the season, Mr. Drew Brees. 3rd and 9. Let's go, guys. Michael Thomas ain't doing a whole lot right now. Oh, yeah. So Hill, the tight end, just jumped to the top of the receiving stats, which is hilarious because my tight end in fantasy was on a bye this week. I have Andrews, and I put in Hill as a backup thinking, what, he probably won't do much. I guess I put him in on a good week. I guess I had to put him in, though. All right. I think they still didn't start yet. I thought they were going to, but I don't know what's going on. Aaron Paul, Brie Larson. So what's been going on? Everybody in the chat. Anybody in the chat have a question or anything? Reason I haven't got any videos out, if you joined us late, my mother's been in the hospital since last Sunday, and I've been there every day. I took half my week off of work, spending time with her. She's all right now. I mean, it's as good as things could be right now. So just figured I finally got home after spending many an hour, and I was like, let me just do this. But if you guys got any questions or anything, I'm going to start getting more videos out. It isn't like I'm stopping. I just got really caught up this week with all that. Got a new puppy, and he loves biting my head and my phone. Well, that is worth it. Puppies and kittens are always worth the frustration, I guess. I have many a dog and cat in my life. All right, come on, guys. 3rd and 4th. There was a penalty on Arizona, and now it is 4th down. 4th and 4. They're going to have to kick it again. But this kicker has already missed once. The Saints kicker has already missed the first field goal. Which football team? What's up, Michael? Which football team do I dislike? It's rough. I would say the Patriots, even though I'm saying I don't want the Patriots in the Super Bowl, it's not because I hate on them. It's because they're always in it, and I just hate seeing the same team in it constantly. If I had to pick a team I dislike, a team I really dislike, Panthers. I know they're in the Saints division, so that would only make sense. But I honestly don't mind Tampa Bay. They're like Tampa Bay's chill. And the Falcons, I've always liked Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. I've always liked those players. So even though they're in my division and I'm forced to hate them for all time, I would say the Panthers I actually despise. The Carolina Panthers have got to be my least favorite team in football. It doesn't help. I'm pretty sure I didn't mind them back in the day. I'm pretty sure it all has to do with Cam Newton. I hate Cam Newton's guts. He is such a cocky prick, and he's not as good as he thinks he is. Even when he was in his best, he was all right. At his best, he was great. But it's like far and few between, and he's just not as good as he thinks he is. Despise the Panthers, mainly because of Cam Newton. I hate Cam Newton's guts. Always like whining like a baby. Ben Roethlisberger is just as big and gets nailed all the time. And I'm not saying Ben Roethlisberger is a good guy or a good person, but he doesn't whine half as much as Cam Newton, even though he himself is a bit of a whiner. But Panthers dislike. And while we were talking, the Saints kicked the field goal. I just didn't want to cut it off. The score, Rafi, is 3-3. Saints just kicked a field goal. They had missed one earlier, but now it is 3-3. Both kicked a field goal. Saints just kicked it, so Cardinals are getting the ball back. What do I got to do? Mr. Seedless. Oh, wait. Seedless is probably asleep considering he's in the farthest time zone. Yeah, Seedless always misses these early games. When I had the night game, he barely caught it. So odds are he will not catch this. I feel bad, but he could always rewatch. I figured, like I said, I'd catch up. The refs. It was the refs' fault. Yeah, D4C, are you joking? Because my least favorite part of football is the refs. That's got to be what that reference is. If you guys have watched my other rants on the games, I despise the officiating. Do you do play-by-play or just chat with people? Both. I'm doing the play-by-play, but right now it's in a timeout. Forefront, that's who I'm talking to. Yeah, right now, well, they just punted it back, but it's basically nothing's going on right now. That's why I'm talking about other things. But it is 3-3. Saints just kicked a field goal. They missed one earlier. Cardinals kicked a field goal. So it is a pretty like anticlimactic game, but they are doing offense. Drew Brees is 11 of 14 right now. Not too shabby. Kyle Murray is flawless, but he's only thrown three passes. So Kyler Murray is 3 for 3 with 47 yards, but all 47 yards were on one catch. So, hey, how the hell? That's pathetic. They have 47 yards. One catch was 47 yards, but Kyler Murray has 3, which means 2 out of his 3 catches were for 0 gain. I guess that stat isn't too good for Kyler Murray. Thank you. I'm from Oklahoma, so rooting for Murray. No problem. I never hated on the Cardinals. I hate them right now, but I don't hate them. I dig the Cardinals. I like Fitzgerald. I love the Warner days. I love Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner is probably one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. I'm not saying he's one of the best. He's definitely up there, but I just enjoyed his play. He was an all-around good guy. So Kurt Warner is definitely in my high praises. But the weirdest... Yeah, so forefront, if you want to hang in the room, feel free to ask questions or chat, but if you just want to chill, you will get a play-by-play. Cardinals are 3rd and 3 right now. I'll tell you like the big time stuff, but right now it's 3rd and 3 and passing complete 4th and 3. So Cardinals are way back in their own territory. They are going to have to punt it back to the Saints. This is the weirdest BCS reaction. Almost no lawyers. Almost. Any plans for Halloween? Nope. For Halloween, I don't know. With my mom in the hospital, I can't really plan a whole lot of stuff. That's why I haven't gotten videos out and stuff. I was hoping by now that I would have been all caught up on Sunny, all caught up. I've watched Deadwood, by the way. If anybody's wondering about Deadwood, I finished the entire first season of Deadwood. I was going to edit them all up with the rest of El Camino and Creepshow and Always Sunny. And my mom ended up in the hospital, and I haven't been able to do anything but work and see her. So, Murray, Oklahoma, he is... I love Kyler Murray. Murray is great. I'd enjoy him. He's just such a small guy. I keep thinking every time he runs the ball that he's going to get steamrolled. And one bad hit and that guy is done. Because he is a small guy compared to the rest of those dudes on the field. Doobie-doobie-doo. Punt it back to the Saints, so it's the Saints' ball. Deadwood pissed you off. No spoilers, forefront, because I just finished season 1. I'm trying to catch up, but you can talk about anything in season 1. Just nothing beyond that, please. You still interested in watching the XFL? I remember you talking about it last time. I just forgot. Can you believe we didn't do shots? Ready? I got to do shot for the Saints score. I got caught up in my own jibber jabber. In forefront, and the rest of you that are joining, Michael, I do a shot every time a team scores in my game. So this is for the last one. It might look like I'm doing half shots. These are double thick shot glasses. So if I don't want to get annihilated by halftime, I have to do these. And it's a full shot. It's probably more than a full shot. It's just in a big ass shot glass. So I don't want people thinking like, oh, that's a weak shot. If I did double shots and they started scoring like crazy people, then I'd be done. But yeah, XFL, what is that? I mean, we talked about it before, but what is it on again? Is it on yet? I'm assuming it's on yet, or is that in NFL downtime? Russell Wilson threw a touchdown. Who was that to? I missed it. Oh, Metcalf. Russell Wilson throwing touchdowns. I forget. He's my backup quarterback, and I forget if he's in or not. I have so many fantasy leagues going on, I can't keep track. So, Saints got the ball. I think it's in a timeout. Either that or I'm just on delay. But it's Saints ball. Apparently, Portlandia has a skit called Spoilers where it flat out spoils that Death from the Wire in the convenience store. Really? Is it? Do they have other ones like that? Is it like spoilers from a lot of things, or is it just that one spoiler? That'd be. I mean, that is hilarious, but it wouldn't be too hilarious if you didn't know, and you were spoiled. I would have been really pissed off. I honestly, that might be one of the best reactions I had from the entire show. What do you think? Can you believe? Can you believe? Did you watch all the reactions straight through the wire? I'm assuming you did. What would you say what would you say your favorite reaction of mine from the wire was? It's got to be up there. The convenience store one's got to be up there. Maybe something dealing with Wallace or D'Angelo. I don't know. I'm trying to remember, but the one with the convenience store's got to be up there. No, the rest had almost spoilers, but they're cut off. XFL is the NFL's postseason and starts next year. Okay, I'll see. I'll see how things are with what else I'm doing and like what other videos. If I'm not doing a whole lot and it seems interesting enough, I probably would jump into it. I dig sports. I watch everything pretty much. Even hockey. Hockey, I would say I watch the least of, but my sister probably watches the most of hockey. So the least I watch of hockey gets filled in the gaps by what she watches. So I would definitely say my sports go football, basketball, baseball, UFC, and then hockey. UFC actually might jump up in there next to basketball. I probably watch more UFC than baseball and definitely more than hockey, but definitely more than baseball. D'Angelo's death. He's not going to die here. Okay. D'Angelo, maybe even Frank from season 2. That might have been a good reaction. Well, it was a good reaction, but that might have been up there. Saints are making their way, guys. They're on Arizona's 25, 1st and 10. Saints are doing work. Golf isn't in your top 10, in your top 5. Golf might squeeze in above hockey, actually. Actually, it does. I would definitely watch golf over hockey. Nothing against hockey. I just grew up with no one that watched hockey. So hockey was always the least thing I watched. And now that my sister's a huge fan, I kind of watch more of it than I ever did. But I would still say that golf is probably above hockey. So it probably is NFL, basketball, UFC, or MMA in general, then baseball, then golf. Top 5. Hockey's probably a number 6. Well, not probably. I'm just saying it might not even be 6. If I start thinking of other sports, hockey's got to be 6, I guess. Beach volleyball. All right, guys. 2nd and 3rd. The Saints are on the 18. Murray is doing work. And Michael Thomas got a hell of a pass because he just jumped to 55 yards for catching. Murray's got like almost 100 yards from scrimmage. Hill is doing work. Everyone's chipping in. Right now, Brees is 13 for 16 with 125 yards. Murray has 54 yards on 4 passes, but 47 of that is Clay. So he just got half a friggin' field pass. Did you ever watch Kidding on HBO? I've never even heard of that. Kidding. Explain, please. I'd honestly never even heard of that. First down, Saints. 1st and goal. First down, Saints. Looking good. This might be a touchdown, guys. And now Murray is up to almost 50 yards rushing. Almost 100 yards scrimmage. They're doing work, man. They're doing it equal. They got an equal running game and throwing game going on right now. And Brees doesn't seem to be phased. I've seen perfect throwing motion. He's thrown at about 80%. No gain. Oh, no, timeout. Never mind. They were about to go, and they called a timeout. So Saints are in a timeout. 1st and goal. Saints timeout, 1st and goal. And this is why I don't do double shots, guys. Because the Saints can kick it up into high gear out of nowhere and score 50 touchdowns. And if I was doing double shots, I would not be able to breathe. I'm rewatching the replay of the play before. and Latavius Murray fumbled the ball, but the ground fumbled it. He landed on his elbow. For a second, I thought they were going to timeout to review it, but it wasn't that. Or is it? Are they taking another look? Okay, no, it was no gain. All right, so it is second down. They just didn't update the thing. I thought they were calling a timeout to review the play. Latavius Murray landed right on his elbow, but it shot the ball loose. But you can't lose the ball to the ground, so didn't matter. Still Saints ball. Touchdown, Saints. Latavius Murray, touchdown, Saints. He ran that ball in. No Drew Brees needed. Latavius Murray now has 57 yards and a touchdown in the first quarter, plus probably roughly 20, 30 yards receiving. So he's almost at 100 yards in the first quarter. Drew Brees, 13 of 16 with 123 yards. Ooh-wee, take a shot. It is correct, sir. My good man. Can you believe? Is that ever going to be a thing again, or should I just start calling you D4C? Because it's like old habits die hard with me. This one is going to be not vitamin water, but Pure Leaf. For the pure leaf in you. I don't know. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just enjoy their tea. I was trying to hide the label, but I realized it's on all the sides. Shot. This one might be a little higher than last, but hey, I'm happy. Saints winning 10-3. Saints are up 10-3. The Can You Believe name only worked on like Hangouts, so I'll probably keep this one. All right. D4C is much easier to say. Not that I liked your other name, but saying it in chat and trying to keep people up to date, it's a lot to say. So I'm just watching the replay of Latavius Murray. There is a huge hole up the middle. He like plowed through there. I am so mad in fantasy football because I have Latavius Murray in every league. When Kamara got injured, no one in any of my leagues realized it because it happened like at midnight when they said he was injured last week. So I jumped into every league and sniped Latavius Murray, and I had him last week in every league, and he did phenomenal. He was like multiple, at least 1 or 2 touchdowns, multiple yards. He got like 20 or 30 points in every one of my leagues. But then they were like, well, Kamara's back now. So I was like, all right, no need to have him on my bench anymore. And I junked him in 2 of the leagues. I just had a spot left in one of the leagues. So I junked Latavius Murray. And then they're like, oh, Kamara is not coming back. So now Latavius Murray is an asset again. And I already and no one's got him now because he's on free agency, but it was after the claim for the week started. So right now Latavius Murray is sitting on the free agency wire on 2 leagues. And next week, no one's going to probably take him because everyone's thinking Kamara is going to come back. So I kind of screwed the pooch on that one in 2 of my leagues. If I just held on to him for 1 more week, and I could have really did well. Already, he's got almost 100 yards and a touchdown. He's already far outdoing every running back I have in on all 3 leagues. So, well, I do have him in 1 league, though. The 1 league that I had room in, I did put him as a starter. So he's doing good in that league, and luckily that 1 league is my big money league, my $1,000 man league. So I guess if I was going to have him in any league, that's the one you want him in. Unless I change it to something even dumber like soft and wet or filthy acts at a reasonable price. I like the second one. Is that from something? Filthy acts at a reasonable price is very catchy. I thought I told you before that Jim Carrey was on that TV show. Kidding? You might have. That actually kind of rings a bell. I'm assuming you're talking about the show Kidding, but I don't remember the show. I kind of remember you mentioning Jim Carrey. I'm not really clear. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Tell me more about it, my friend. Right now, Saints are about to kick it to the Cardinals. 9 minutes in the second quarter. Saints are up 10-3. You guys want to know specifics? You let me know. I got all the stats up over here on my computer. Right now, Latavius Murray is leading the pack with a touchdown, about 100 yards from scrimmage. He's got to have at least 100. I'm going to click real quick just to see. Latavius Murray right now. Where's the box score? I'm just curious to see. He's got to have almost 100 yards. Latavius Murray, 57 rushing and receiving. He's 20. So right now, Latavius Murray has got 76 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown. So he's doing snazzy. Filthy Acts at a reasonable price was what JoJo used to avoid copyright in the West when mentioning D4C. Okay. Oh, okay. Someone's told me that before. I definitely, now that rings a bell. At the arcade, they talk a lot about JoJo. I've never seen JoJo. I think you knew that, Can You Believe, or D4C. But I eventually want to watch it, but I know there's a lot of it. I know you probably told me this 100 times. D4C, how many? I'm not how many, because there's a lot. How long are the episodes of JoJo? Are they like 20 minutes? Because they minus commercials. Kidding. Jim Carrey plays Fred Rogers like character. Oh, okay. Why don't I remember that? I vaguely remember us talking about it, but I don't remember this show. It must have been like in and out real quick. I'm gonna see if I can readjust this real quick. Don't mind me. There we go. You guys like Monster Squad back there? Monster Squad. And then over here I got Chasing Amy signed Mallrats picture from the con the other day. 25 minutes and part 1, 2, and 3 are on net. Are they really? That makes me want to watch it easierly. Because I don't have JoJo. And I think I'd have to get Crunchyroll, I thought. I thought I'd have to get Crunchyroll. I was just watching because that dude tried to hurdle somebody in the Bills game. I'm watching Red Zone and Saints. Dude tried to hurdle someone and landed right in his stomach, and the guy just threw him to the ground. Pretty funny looking. But yeah, JoJo I didn't know was on Netflix. That actually makes it much easier. I'm going to finish Vinland Saga first, though. I'm on episode 6, I think. So I think there's like 10 left. At least if I start now, I got to catch up. I don't know how many, if you watch Vinland Saga, how many episodes are there going to be this season? Because I'm trying to catch up, but then I took a break and now I'm like 10 behind. As far as the game, guys, the Cardinals are making way. And there they go again. Clay is at almost 70 yards. They're in the red zone. The Cardinals are in the red zone right now. They're on the 18 of New Orleans. That's 1st and 10. Murray's got 8 of 9. Murray is 8 of 9 with exactly 100 yards. But one of those catches was almost 50 yards. So his stats look phenomenal right now. I guess they are by the numbers. But one catch was 50 yards, and then the other 8 or 7 catches were the other 40 some odd yards. Parts also doesn't mean episodes. Yeah, that's what I figured. I had never heard of Vinland Saga until you did reactions for it. Did you watch the reactions, D4C? It's a pretty cool show. I'm digging it. It's not like your typical, like, anime, I'd say, but it's more grounded and it's more real, and I dig it. Cardinals, 5 yards. Murray ran it for 5, so we're 2nd and 5 right now. New Orleans 13-yard line. I'm just updating. If you hear silence, it's because I'm updating my television for the red zone. I feel like I live in the middle of nowhere in the woods. So I feel like I get I'm the last to know everything. Even though I'm alive, everyone seems to know everything like minutes before me, if not maybe seconds. But I feel like I'm a full minute behind half the time, which is a lot in the world of technology. 4th and 5, guys. 4th and 5. See, I missed a whole beat. They either snapped it real quick or I missed a whole play. So 4th and 5, Cardinals on the New Orleans 13. Easy field goal, which they'll probably kick because it ain't like short yardage. And the Cardinals haven't been great in the red zone. So I'm assuming they're going to kick it. If they do, it'll be 6-10. Saints will still have the lead. Worst case scenario, They go for it. The most they could do is tie. But this will be part 1 of JoJo is 9 episodes or so. Part 2 is 15 or so. Oh, so they're not a whole lot of episodes. That's good. For some reason, I thought it was like crazy amount. Cardinals kicked the field goal. That was smart. You go for the points. Early in the game, you go for the points. So, Cardinals 6, Saints 10. 5 minutes left in the second half, guys. See, my TV, I popped it up on my internet over here, and I have it over here. The television is showing it's still 3rd and 5 on the Saints game. But over here, it already kicked the field goal. So I am a solid 3 minutes, 4 minutes behind on this TV. And I just refreshed it live. So goes to show you cannot trust things. Oh, so now I see what happened. See, because I missed the 3rd down play. 3rd down play, Fitzgerald caught it in the end zone, but he had a foot out of bounds. So somehow I missed the entire 3rd down with a glitch. He caught the ball, got 1 foot down, 2nd foot, the toe tapped the outside, I think. I'm watching right now. 1 foot down. Oh, he was way out. The 2nd foot was totally out of bounds. So they had to settle for a field goal. So now I saw what happened. But yeah, we basically have Cardinals 6, Saints 10, 5 minutes in the second quarter. And what does that mean I got to do? I got to take a shot. Now you guys that are joining can see why I don't do double shots, because that was like 3 scores in a matter of 30 minutes less. So here we go. Shot time. Oh, and I got Mixon in too. I picked Mixon up off the bench in one of my leagues, and he just scored a touchdown, has about 60, 70 yards. If I was to pick up Mixon on any week, I have him in 2 leagues. I know he's not great, but for some reason I had faith. Did that just say he had 125 yards? Does Mixon have that many yards? Joe Mixon, 50. No, 51. It must have been the quarterback. It says Mixon's got 51 and a touchdown. My running backs are doing good in my leagues. I can't check because it's on my phone, but cheers to the Saints not stopping a field goal, or stopping a touchdown, I should say. Cheers to them. So let's go back to the chat. Parts 1 and 2 and season 1, part 3 onward is. Wait, so part is almost 2 seasons. Part 5 just now is getting an English dub. Are you saying, I could just be misreading that. Are you saying season 3 has 49 episodes? Or you're saying from season 3 on, there's a total of 49? That's got to be what you mean. I've never in my life seen a show that had 49 episodes in a season. But you're saying it was broken into 2 seasons, so maybe that's possible? I'm assuming you mean from part 3 on, there's 49 episodes of JoJo's Adventure. Otherwise, that is tomfoolery to the extreme. All right, so the Cardinals kicked it to the Saints. The Saints got the ball back. Let's see some work. Please review our terms and services. I don't want it. All right, guys. You guys want any updates? If anyone in the chat wants updates, I got the red zone on. I got the Saints on. I got the stats up. I am just watching everything right now because right now the Saints are, all right, Murray up the middle for 6 yards. Oh, no, it's a pass. 6 yards from Murray. Murray's approaching 100 yards very quickly. And I have him in my league, so I'm good with that. Part 3 is 49 episodes broken into 2 seasons, but part 4 and 5 both have 49 episodes, with each part having its own season 1 each. That's a lot of stuff. So D4C, we're talking like, how many parts are we up to now? 7 or 9? Is not, no, it's 9 at the top. How many parts are there? Because we're talking upwards of like 200 episodes, close to 200 episodes, if I'm correct. Oh, so there's over 200 episodes. What is, I know Naruto, I know they say Naruto, or whatever they say. Like at the arcade, they get mad at the way I say Naruto. It's like Naruto or something. I don't know. All I know is that one I think has the most episodes of a show. Naruto. Saints are on the 38, first down. Zachary Line up the middle for 1 yard. Parts 6, 7, 8 aren't animated though. Aren't animated though? Oh, you mean what is it, a manga? They haven't finished it yet, or is it live action? One Piece has way more than Naruto. Oh, that's right. One Piece is up there. That's the one I tried to watch, but the animation style I just can't get into. And people said even late in the game, it doesn't really change. Oh my God. Slayton on the Giants just got an insane, like Odell Beckham Jr. type catch over the defender, and the Giants are going to tie the game with about 4 minutes in the half. But this is like the battle of the horrible teams. Well, honestly, the Lions aren't bad. They keep losing games by fractions. And the Giants lost 1 or 2 by a little. So I guess they're not the worst. They're both 2 and 5, though. Tampa Bay is trailing the Titans. I think the Saints are in a timeout right now because it's either that or I'm lagging again because the Saints have not moved from the last play. Part 8 is still going. It's a manga first. For reference, it started in 2013 or so. JoJo did? JoJo started? Part 8 is still going. Are you saying Part 8 started in 2013? Because I know JoJo's got to be longer than that, obviously, if it's that many seasons. Is Part 8 going for freaking 6 years plus? What is happening? Why is there so much time? Are they just like discombobulated and unorganized? Or is there a reason for such things? That is pretty crazy. JoJo has been running for over 30 years, my dude. That's what I thought. I've heard people talk about it forever, but I'm like, wait, is there like another JoJo that like, sometimes they have like the Friday the 13th, and they have the new Nightmare or something like Nightmare on Elm Street, and then the new Nightmare. You could count them as different entities or something because they're in different worlds. JoJo's been running. JoJo Part 8 gets 1 chapter a month. Why don't they just make new parts? Why would they make it drag out so far? That's crazy. That is crazy. So here go the Saints. All right. Something just happened in the Saints game. Brees went to throw the ball, got railed, and the Cardinals picked it up and ran it for a touchdown. But no whistles or officiating has been called yet. Brees, I'm watching the replay. Brees about to throw. It's definitely coming forward. He got slammed down. It doesn't look like it looked like he could have hurt his throwing arm. My God. 2 guys hammered Brees, but it looked like his hand was fine. But he could have possibly fumbled it and they ran it for a touchdown, but it looks like the ball was forward motion. I don't know what it was called on the field, though. They didn't really show it. Here we go. Reported as ineligible, Brees sacked at the New Orleans, -3. Fumbles the ball, recovered by Arizona, touchdown. Officials reviewed the fumble. Play was reversed. So it was ruled a fumble, but reversed for forward motion. Thank the friggin' Lord. So almost could have ruined the whole thing right there. The Saints could have went into halftime down, but it was forward motion on the ball. So total botch job saved, basically. Who was the guy that was reported as ineligible? All I know is it's still Saints ball. That's all I know. That could have been disaster written all over it. The Saints deep in their own territory. Cardinals recovered it, ran it for a touchdown. The fact that it was ruled a fumble on the field made me really nervous, but it was proven wrong. So, all right, all is good. All is good. Saints ball, 2nd and 10. Got it to Michael Thomas for 8 yards. 3rd and 2. at midfield. 3rd and 2, Saints at midfield. The Saints got the ball. No, he works on one at a time. One guy and 4 assistants create JoJo. I guess they like to keep it in-house. Jacksonville's beating the Jets. Right now, it's 4th and 2. Brees missed the short pass to Carr. Saints are going to have to kick it. So the Cardinals are going to have a little under 3 minutes to do some work. They get a field goal, they're within 1 point. They get a touchdown, the Saints are going to go into the half down. I cannot have the Saints lose to the Cardinals when Brees comes back. It'll make... Oh, shit. And the Saints got a false start. Backed up 5 yards by Morstead. Morstead, full start Saints. Backed up 5 yards. There's a chance they did that on purpose because they wanted more room. It's possible. Because they're at midfield. It's possible they wanted more room, so they got the intentional penalty. Falcons are 1-6, getting shut out by the Seahawks. Pathetic. I thought the Falcons would be the ones on our heels. Instead, they're last in the division. Chargers are losing to the Bears 6-0. I mean, that ain't much bragging rights. So the Chargers have not been much this season. Jaguars are in the red zone. They're showing that now because the Saints just kicked to the Cardinals. Looks like Jacksonville's going to score again. Make it 20-7, but it's against the Jets. No big surprise. Another light novel that's up in there with how it's canon called Golden Heart. It's canon. It's canon to go to JoJo. Golden Heart. Never heard of that. Also, 3 fighting games and only one of them is 3D spirits. Or sprites. Spirits. Sprites. Right now, we got Kyler Murray. 2nd and 10. Short left to Kirk. Missed. Incomplete short pass. I have Kirk in one of my fantasy leagues. I just remembered. I had to bench. What's his name? Keenan Allen. I had to bench. And then I didn't realize right before the game they threw him in. And before I could change my roster, the game started. So it doesn't look like Keenan Allen's doing a whole lot anyway. But I got Kirk on the Cardinals. Pass incomplete short. Kyler Murray. 3rd and 10. So it could be a quick 3 and out for the Cardinals. They've literally used 3 seconds up. Cardinals got the ball at 2:49. It is now 2:46, and they've gotten 2 plays off. So they've used no clock. The Saints might have a solid 2.5 minutes with all their timeouts. Or actually, no, they used 2 of them. Saints only got 1 timeout. Damn, they used a lot of timeouts in the beginning. And 3rd and 10. Let's go. Hello, Jason Chomps. What's up, buddy? How are you, sir? You got any questions? Let me know. Right now, it's a 2-minute warning. It's 3rd and 10. Cardinals got the ball. 3rd and 10. 2-minute warning. Saints are winning 10-6. There's 8 parts of JoJo. 5 of them are animated. 4 light novels. 3 fighting games, and a real-life horror house in 2014. Really? That's interesting. See, that's the kind of stuff I would like if I knew about it. I love when they do little sideshows and stuff like that based on content. Is that D4C? Is that one of your favorites? JoJo? You talk about JoJo a lot. I'm assuming it's one of your favorites, or is it just that it's current right now, so you're running with that? Doobie-doobie-doo. Waiting for the Saints to come back from the 2-minute warning. Watching all the other games on the red zone. and Jacksonville did not get a touchdown. They're settling for a field goal. Josh Lambo, longest active streak in the NFL, 20 straight field goals, and that's 21. He just made the 21st field goal. Longest streak in football right now, Josh Lambo. Still in the 2-minute warning for the Saints game. It's going to start any second. 3rd and 10, Cardinals ball. With it running for 30 years, it's always current. I just finished binging 7 and the 8 parts. It's a lot of stuff to binge. I used to do stuff like that back before editing. Now that I got to edit stuff, really slows me down. So here we go. Bills, Eagles. Eagles in the red zone. Wentz almost got the first, but not quite.
All right, one more look. So this is a run by Fournette. Now it's 3rd and goal. He's going to lose yards. So a penalty, they would decline it. But why was this a penalty against Leonard Fournette?
What the hell? They're complaining about the Jets-Jacksonville game because they're saying, which I totally agree, Leonard Fournette got tackled. He got his leg ripped off. And then he jumped up, got in the guy's face, but no physical contact whatsoever. And he got a flag that backed them up and made them kick a field goal. I still don't think it matters because it's the Jets and the Jaguars, but I don't agree with it. Fournette didn't do anything wrong. Come on, Saints game. Are you lagging on me again? 4th and 3rd, so it was lagging on me. I refreshed it. So they went for it. Obviously, it's 3rd and 10. Cardinals got 7 yards. They're going to have to kick it back to the Saints. So the Saints are going to have one timeout and about a little under 1:45. Eagles touchdown. Gilbert. Oh, I had to choose between Hill and Gilbert this week, and I put Hill in. Hill's still doing decent. I literally was like, how good. I saw the Eagles were against the Bills, and I'm like, I don't think Gilbert's going to do a whole lot of shit. Great. He got a touchdown. Probably the only touchdown of the year. Maybe he got one other. Cardinals kicked it back to the Saints. So the Saints got about 2 minutes with a timeout. Oh, my God. Metcalf on the Seahawks just got a bomb dropped in his hands, and then he dropped it in the end zone. It was right in his hands, and he had no one near him, and he dropped it. He caught it, and the ground knocked it loose. He actually did catch it, and the ground knocked it loose. That would have been a sweet catch, but I don't care because I don't have him on my team. So it's Saints ball. Saints are just lining up, I guess. Anyway, back to this. A virgin has an immaculate conception, but the pregnancy is just a head. And when it kicks, it leaves a facial imprint. Is that in season 7 and 8? Or is that at some point in the mix? Because that is wacky-do stuff. Drew Brees, pass for 19 yards. Making their way. Saints are already at the 39. Minute and 50 left in the first half. The Saints could easily get in the red zone in that kind of time, especially with Brees back, and he's throwing great. Brees right now, I mean, he's not phenomenal. He's 16 for 21. So he's throwing it about 70%, maybe. About 70%. That's good enough for me. No interceptions. Another pass. Drew Brees, 14 yards to Ted Ginn. Brees is almost at 200 yards throwing. No interceptions, but no touchdowns. The only touchdown was Murray, who ran it in. He's got 60 yards rushing and a touchdown. Michael Thomas has 63 yards receiving. The Cardinals, all the Cardinals stats are basically on 1 or 2 plays. All the rest is field goals. Trying to watch all the TVs, my friends. It's in part 7. That's some crazy stuff. Timeout number 3 by the Saints. Minute 24 in the first half. Minute 24 in the first half. Saints ball up 10-6.
Trubisky, meanwhile, scrambling. Trubisky looking cut down after a 1-yard gain. Chris Carson takes the ball down inside of the 3-yard line.
Matt Gay.
Bringing up 2nd and goal.
Buccaneers about to kick a field goal.
As the field goal is
They got it. 9-14. Buccaneers are losing against the Titans.
at home. Now we are
The Bears,
clean. The
Trubisky is right in the red zone, down 1 point to the Chargers. About 40 seconds left. The Saints are in timeout. And Seahawks got another touchdown. Who's this? Metcalf again. Metcalf just he was the one that dropped it in the end zone. So Metcalf made up for his dropped pass before, which wasn't really his fault. He dove and whacked into the ground. So at least he got it back. Fucking Seahawks are 24-0, shutting out the Falcons. I thought the Falcons would be the hardest in our division, and instead they're 1-6, about to go 1-7, and Matt Ryan isn't even playing right now. So they went from worst to worst to the worst. Brees passed short to Murray. Got a first down. It's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 on the 35-yard line. So the Saints are already in field goal range. Under a minute in the half. Under a minute. It's going to be rough. I mean, it's Brees, though. Brees can make magic happen.
down coming up for Chicago. Let's game rewind what they did earlier in the drive.
Brees, 11 yards to Michael Thomas. 1st and 10 on the 24. Michael Thomas is now up to 86 yards. Michael Thomas, 86 yards receiving on 7 catches. Passing complete to Murray. 2nd and 10. Saints. 2nd and 10. I'm getting ready for a shot because one way or another, watch, I'm going to jinx it, but one way or another, they're getting at least a field goal in my mind. So we're gonna just pour this shot. 2nd and 10. Let's see what they do. Drew Brees is right now 19 of 26. He's 5 yards shy of 200 yards for the half. 2nd and 10. 33 seconds. Come on. Let's go. Rush by Latavius Murray for 4 yards. 3rd and 6. Clock is ticking, and they got no timeouts. Pushed out, but he went out of bounds. Okay, thank God. Latavius Murray's out of bounds. So clock stopped. 28 seconds. 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. They're in field goal range. Easy field goal range. But this guy already missed one. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't hard, and he missed it. So I don't have a whole lot of faith in the kicker. Let's go. 3rd and 6. I'm trying to watch all the TVs. Murray should have caught that ball. I'm watching replays over here, and Murray should have caught that ball. It was right in his hands. It wouldn't have got much game, but he should have caught it. 3rd and 6. Oh, my God. Drew Brees passed left for 20 yards, touchdown, then nullified by a penalty, which brought them to the half. So the Saints didn't even get to kick the field goal. I jinxed it, guys. I am a shithead. I poured my shot early, and I jinxed it. Because of the penalty, they had to take time off the clock, and the Saints didn't have a timeout to use. So because of the penalty, with less time than they needed, they got dragged into the half. No field goal. That was the cushion they needed to have up a touchdown. They're replaying it now. 3, 2, 1, touchdown. Who was it? It was an easy touchdown by the Saints. And the clock ran out. The time exceeded the clock. So being as they had no timeout and it's a penalty on the offense, the game is in half. Oh my God. So that's it, guys, for the half. The Saints get no shot at a field goal, even though they had a down left. The time exceeded and they penaltied. It's the rules. I can't get mad. I won't get mad at rules that are rules. I get mad at officiating issues. But that's their own fault. The guy shouldn't have held at the line when they were in field goal. That's like one of those things where you tell the guys it's a veteran lineman and he commits a penalty. All you got to do is just lay off. Lay off. Unless Brees was going to take a blow and he sacrificed himself for the sake of Brees. But it didn't look like that. It looked like he was way back there and it was unnecessary. And that cost him 3 points. That just cost him 3 points. That would have been a touchdown cushion. Now they're only up by 4. If they lose this game by 3 points, that's going to hurt. But all the stats are good. Brees is 20 for 27, 200 yards. Murray has almost 100 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown. Thomas, almost 100 yards receiving. Everyone's doing what they're supposed to. It's just not a high-scoring game. But I'm going to do that shot as a punishment because it's the half anyway. So I'm going to do that shot. So that's where we stand right now. Someone has like a power where in it, if you look at a rainbow, you turn into a snail. What exactly? All right, fill me in a little bit, D4C, because the Saints are in the half right now, so I can't really watch that. How do I stop my puppy from biting? They teeth. And honestly, Google it, but I think you're supposed to stop them from doing that because if you don't, they'll do it for the rest of time. I could be wrong. My sister would know best. My sister runs an animal shelter and a kennel for 15 years. No, maybe like 12 years. Still up there. But my sister would know everything you need to know. I'm just not with it right now. But I think she told me if your dog is biting, it's teething or something like that, but you don't want it. You don't want to let it think it could do that, or it's going to do it for the rest of time. So I don't know. I'll find out from her, and then I'll tell you on the next go around. But I'm watching the other games. The Bills are losing to the Eagles in the half. Shocking. The Titans are beating the Buccaneers. Not shocking. Oh, man. Tannehill just got nailed. But fill you in on what? Oh, I was going to say, what was I talking about? Fill me in on what is the show exactly? Why do people have weird powers and stuff? Is it like superheroes? Or is everyone in that world of JoJo? Like, does everyone have a power? I'm not really clear on what JoJo, like, you always talk about like abilities and stuff, but is it like a set group of people, like the JoJo people? Or is there actually like legitimate like powers that everyone has? Kind of like, I guess, I don't know, Misfits I'm watching right now. I don't know if you watch my Misfits reactions, D4C, but in that it seems like a large area was disturbed and everyone that was in that radius is getting powers. I'm wondering if it's something like that or if it's just like certain people, like a bloodline of JoJo's. So there are manifestations of the soul that only a select few have. Okay. Yoink. I don't know if the temperature dropped around where I am, but it is quite hot. I'm just gonna.
151 yards, an interception, and a fumble. I apologize to my friend Kurt Menefee for talking over his halftime.
Booby dooby doo. I just wanted to check my text real quick. So it's called a stand. The power can be anything, and the being will stand next to you. So it's called a stand. So how many we talking? Like, is that gonna spoil it? I'm like, a handful of people, dozens of people, hundreds of people. If that spoils it, don't tell me though. But like, I don't want to like if season 1 and 2 make it seem like not a lot of people, and then like all of a sudden there's millions or not millions, but you know, stands first appear in part 3 onwards. The power can be anything and be above. It's limitless. Okay. Is that okay? I'm getting it more so. So it's I mean obviously I was gonna say it's got to have like a defined lore and rules, or people wouldn't be as into it as it is. I cannot believe with the stats of the Saints compared to the Cardinals. Right now, the Cardinals have 5 yards rushing, and that's Murray. That's literally the lead rusher on their team is Murray with 5 yards. The lead receiver is Clay with 66, and 47 of that is on 1 catch. So their stats are miserable. And the Saints have a 200-yard throwing quarterback, almost a 100-yard receiver, and almost a 100-yard rusher, and are only up by 4 points. That's horrible. I mean, it's great that they're winning, but looking at the stats, it should not be that close. I mean, I've seen worse games where stats totally blindside you and make no sense, but I feel like the Saints should be killing it right now. Part 4 says anyone shot by a specific arrow can gain a stand in that, and if they survive. Stands are usually named after bands, alums, or songs. So the power could be anything, and the being will stand next to you. So it's called a stand. So basically, the being is from another world. Manifestations of the soul, or the manifestation of your soul is the what stands next to you. Okay, I'm getting it. So they're manifestations of the soul that only a select few have. They stand next to you. So the manifestation of your own soul creates a stand that basically is your power, so to speak. Stands are usually named after bands. Stands can be as restricted or free as possible. And I'm assuming you decide how restricted and free the stands are. In part 6, someone has the power of string. That's it. It's random. Definitely a lot going on. And it's been going on for 30 years. So clearly it is a highly followed anime. If anyone else is in the chat and wants to talk, feel free. The Saints are in halftime right now. 10-6. Saints are winning. Anyone got any questions? Me and D4C are just chatting it up because he's the only one chatting. If any of you have anything you want to say or talk about, by all means. Tampa Bay rocketing downfield, and he caught it. Is that Mike Evans? Mike Evans just caught like a 60-yard pass. How far was that? He's on the third. He's on like the 45. Mike Evans up the sideline. 45. Catches it around the 10. And he's inbounds? He did. He's on like the 9-yard line from the 40. That was a good 50-yard catch with like 30 seconds left. Tampa Bay could tie the game up. It's 1st and goal on the 9, maybe the 8. 31 seconds, Tampa Bay. Talk about a mess up. 30 seconds left, and they were in their own territory, and now they are in the red, like beyond the red zone. They're in goal. You don't choose how powerful it is. It's chosen, and the stand user has to maneuver the power to their will. In part 6, someone has the power of string. The power of string sounds hilarious to me. Can you believe? I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick to pee. I'm going to get another bottle of water because I feel like the half's going to start any second. So can you do me a solid and just let people know Jay will be returning? You can keep writing about JoJo too. I'll catch up. Names can be as obvious as Black Sabbath. It sounds interesting. You can keep talking to me about it. Can do. All right, buddy. Thank you. I'll be back in like 3 minutes. I want to just be back before the half starts so I don't have to leave again. I'll also see if my sister is over there, and I'll find out about your puppy.
sets up this second down. See if they bring pressure. Winston, double clutches, and through the wire, can't pull it in. A little juggle at the 5. And then Jayon Brown made sure he couldn't get it on the tip. Yeah, Brown did a nice first half here in the coverage department. He's been all over stuff. This is the second time. You're going to try to get Wale, and they're trying to pick him, see how they run in front of him. So he makes a close on this. There's the bobble. There's your chance. There's the incompletion. Another opportunity for Tampa, but it's third and goal. 13 and 12. Wilson with that pressure. From Cam Wake, throws to the end zone, and it's Evans with the touchdown. Cam Wake came too soon, forced him outside. Jameis Winston does a really nice job of getting to the outside to buy a little bit of time. And then take a look at 13 in the slot. He knows his defender. Oh, that's nice. That's Calvin Johnson right there. We were talking about it yesterday, Kevin. He said there's some things that I've taken from Calvin Johnson. Here's one of them. We get an isolation on this. Watch the nice little push spot. That's excellent. They're going for 2. Going for 2 and going for the tie before halftime. Isolated outside with Malcolm Butler. There's a big height difference down here. The 2-point try. Winston all alone at the back of the end zone. It's for Sean Perryman, but he can't pull it in with his feet inbounds. Exactly. Yeah, he didn't have control of his feet. He had to choke it down. Nobody covered him. I mean, pretty good action there before the half in Tennessee. We've got a quick update on what happened at the end of the first half in Jacksonville. Jags, with a Josh Lambo field goal, extend their lead to 19-7. First game to start the second half is this play right here for Joe Flacco, and he wants a chunk and gets it to Cortland Sutton. Broncos are off and running into the third quarter. On the outside for 24.
Well, they're showing the development between these two. A back shoulder throw, as Yassin had good coverage down the field. He was even with Sutton. That's why Flacco threw it behind Sutton. Sutton reading the defense and the pass. Huge way to start the second half out the midfield.
Rock Yassin, the rookie out of Temple, second-round pick. On a give for Lindsey. Spilled out as he crosses over into Colts territory. A gain of 5. Tackle made by Clayton Geathers.
And really, that's the big concern with Lindsey. You know, you talked about him being 5'8", 190 pounds, but he runs like a big back. He doesn't shy away from the inside runs, but they're concerned about giving him too much of the load. That's why Freeman is there to help out.
Freeman has rushed for 29 yards. Lindsey has rushed for 29 yards. This is a 2nd and 6 for Denver. Take it. Off play action. Flacco over the middle to Fant. Flacco knows how talented Fant is. He said he's got to learn how to use all of those abilities. He's explosive, and he felt that they could help him with shorter passes. Then he can get the yards after the catch instead of trying to look for him downfield on 20-plus yard throws.
He also has to learn how to use the tape cutter.
Yeah, that was an issue this week.
Practice taking his tape off. His ankles.
Have you ever heard of that in your career? First down.
Hello. Jay is on a pee break. He'll be right back after he pees all he can pee. That is correct. And the Saints game just started. Look at that. Cardinals got the ball. 1st and 10. Arizona's 37. It must have gotten so much hotter where I am because I am sweating up a storm. I'm opening my door more. I'm going over here. I have a sliding door. It is like ridiculously hot in here. All right.
Let's go to the hashtag quad box right now as 4 of the 9 games have kicked off into the second half. You've got first place Indianapolis trailing at home to Denver. You've got the first place New Orleans Saints, not actually seen on the quad box here. They are going to be have kicked off already, leading at home against
All right.
the Cardinals. Lions and Giants.
Sorry, everybody. Just had to open up the door, crack the window over here. All right, I gotta get some ventilation. It is freaking hot. It was like 40 degrees last night, and I am sweating my shirt off. Ugh, just reorganize. Get this chair going. Get my shirt fixed. All right, here we go. 2nd and 20. Pass incomplete. Intentional grounding by Kyler Murray. Arizona ain't doing too good this go around. Eagles just did something. Who the hell was that? What the hell? Red Zone just kicked to the Eagles game for something. But it is 2nd and 20 in the Cardinals game. 3rd and 11. 9 yards by Mr. Max Williams. Damn. Eagles just got a hell of a playoff.
Next gen stats on the miles per hour on Miles Sanders. He was burning down the left sideline. Deep shot here. Courtland Sutton just drew a foul.
Seahawks, everyone's in the 3rd quarter now, I think, pretty much. Let me rearrange this again.
And he could only grab him to prevent a touchdown. So that was a first and goal on the right.
I like the Monster Squad back there. Monster Squad. Maybe I'll kick this over a little so we could
Showing you where the Falcons are on field position. Let's go full to Indianapolis.
we
Falcons play.
all right, let me go back now. Seriously, anything can be a power. One guy gets the power of traveling back in time as he sees fit. I love time travel. So the Cardinals are already 3 and out, guys. 4th and 11. Cardinals at the 36. So Saints are getting the ball back quick. It don't look like, even though the Saints aren't playing, I mean, the Saints are playing great, but they're not playing like perfect. But even with that, it don't look like the Cardinals are doing a whole lot. So looking like this game is going to be an easy one, but don't want to jinx it. In part 1, the only name that gets changed for English version is Will A. Zeppeli becomes Baron Zeppeli, and Bruford becomes Bluford. You're complaining about here while wearing a giant jersey and pants instead of shorts. It was 40 degrees this morning. It literally, like, I want to say around 6 in the morning, I got up. I had to turn my heat on because it was freezing cold. Now it is like sweltering humid. Like, what's happening? In the beginning, JoJo has the odd art style because it was trying to parody Fist of the North Star. Really? I love Fist of the North Star. It also is one of the first I've watched, so. But as it goes on, all the characters become twinks into insane degrees. Saints got the ball, 1st and 10. I just remembered I have Matthew Stafford in as my backup quarterback because I think I had Matt Ryan. So I just realized that giant pass play they got me crazy points. I don't know how many because I haven't looked at my fantasy league, but Matt Stafford before threw like a 60 or 70 yard touchdown pass. Why do you know that term? From the arcade. People use the term twinks all the time at the arcade. One of the main characters from Part 8 is a thin lathe man who dressed as a sailor boy. Yeah, people use the term twinks all the time. And the Lions just got another touchdown by Matthew Stafford. So that was a hell of a pick to put in there. Who did it throw it to? And I have Galladay. Stafford to Galladay. Double points in that league. Oh, God. And his feet are in? Barely in by a toe tap. I have Galladay and Stafford. That is crazy good points for me. Saints are still 1st and 10 unless it's lagging over here. What kind of arcade games are you playing? No, they are D4C. I told you I own an arcade. I run an arcade, like an actual arcade, like a physical arcade. You go. I'm there all the time. So all the people that hang out at the arcade, the regulars, the locals, They all talk to me about all this stuff. JoJo is very popular. It's not like on a headset playing a game. Like I go to my building and I cook food and people play arcade machines and pinball and pool. It's got billiards. It's got pinball, tons of pinball, like 20 different pinballs, shooters, racers, rhythm games, dance machines, everything you can imagine. The people that, not all of them, I'm saying you get from hanging at an arcade, you get groups of people that hang there that are regulars. And each group, there are furries, there are like all sorts of different groups of people. I get furries and stuff like that and everything. So people make the weirdest comments and talk about the weirdest things. I have a group of people that are Trump supporters that literally come in and play pool and they wear MAGA hats and literally all they do is talk about politics. So I literally have a group of every type and I can't be mean to them because it's a business. So I have all shapes and sizes and types. I have a lesbian and gay like group that comes in like every month or so. Gay and lesbian group comes in. I have a group that brings like this group of handicapped people in like once a month. So I have ridiculous amounts of different types of people. Oh man, you've seen full-on bears metaphorically and the furry kind. I've seen them all. I'm not kidding you. Where my arcade is located, you see every kind of type you can imagine. And I'm very open-minded and I'm a very nice person. So I get along with everybody. Saints 3rd and 2. Murray lost the yard on the last one. I got distracted because I'm talking and watching this. So Saints got the ball still, 3rd and 2. Out. Right now, nothing is happening on any screen. 4th down in the yard. Bears converted, I think. Yep, Bears got a 1st down. Saints call the time, or Arizona call a timeout. That's what's taking so long. So Saints game's in a timeout. Nothing is happening on the red zone. I could tell stats, but that's about it. Murray's almost at 70 yards rushing. Brees is still hovering right under 200 yards throwing, but they just got the ball back. They haven't really done much. Chicago. Oh my God. Trubisky just shot one in. The only place that guy could have caught that. Bears are on the 2-yard line about to score. Who was that caught that? I feel like Mitchell Trubisky either is like dead on accurate or like just running all over like a crazy person and doesn't know what the hell's going on. It's like he's not a bad quarterback, but he's like too hit or miss. Who is that caught that ball? I can't see his jersey. I'm not familiar with the Bears guys. I don't watch a whole lot of Bears games. I forget who's even on their team right now. I just know Trubisky. And the guy who just oh no, that's the running back. Touchdown Bears. Who is that? Montgomery. Montgomery on the Bears, running back, just ran in for a touchdown. Saints got the 1st down. Michael Thomas, 8 yards. Passed by Drew Brees. Over 200 yards for Brees. And Thomas is right under 100 yards now. Murray running it up the middle, out of bounds, out the sideline for 4 yards. So everyone's doing their job. Thomas is almost at 100. Murray's almost at 100. Brees is over 200. Everyone's doing their job. I just need to see more points. Falcons just ran a touchdown in, so they are no longer shut out. And then they're going for 2-point conversion, and they got it. And Calvin Ridley got the 2-point conversion. So the Falcons are no longer being shut out, 8-24. Still a lot of points to get there, but oh yeah, totally. That's totally what we're talking about when I said Bears. Yeah, that was totally unintentional. D4C, I totally wasn't even doing that intentionally. I literally said what I said, and then the Bears game was on. I totally didn't even make the reference until I just read that. But yeah, we're talking about those Bears. Michael Thomas, 6 yards, another first down. So the Saints 10-6. No, not Saints Falcons. I'm watching the replays of the Falcons highlights while I'm watching the Saints games over here, and I got a split screen, but the Saints game up here is lagged. So I'm literally watching it over here, another first down, 11 yards, Drew Brees to Zachary Line. So they are past midfield. They're in Arizona territory. But there's a half split screen, but the Saints game is delayed by a minute or two. So I'm watching it here, and then I watch over here to update myself on what I possibly missed. So if something like odd is going on, I'm like, let me watch the replay over here, and I can see it live over here because this is lagged. So that is why I'm looking all over every time. But the Rams are winning, but it's against Cincinnati. Cincinnati is going to be 0-8. They're 0-7 right now. Rams are beating them by 14 points. But the Saints are making way. 24 out of 31. Brees is almost at 230 yards. Michael Thomas is at exactly 100 yards receiving. But the Saints are playing the Cardinals, another bird, not the Falcons, another red bird. Well, Falcons aren't red, but the team is red and black. So, Drew Brees, what's going on here? Pass short. I don't know what's going on right now. Shaquan Barkley just got a hell of a run on that play. What the hell was that? He's the 6th player since 1950. Oh. First player since 1950 to have over 2,500 scrimmage yards in his first 21 games. What a weird stat. Sometimes they're really stretched on these stats. That's too much to say. The first player since 1950, so it's not the record, to have 2,500 scrimmage yards in 21 games. So it's not even like, that's just too much to think about. Have you watched the trailer for Walking Dead Universe? New series trailer. It premieres spring 2020. The Walking Dead Universe. Is that the one where it was like a lot of younger kids? Because if it is, then yeah, I did, and I posted a reaction. If it's the one that's oh wait, did I? If it is the one I'm thinking, I either did and I posted a reaction, or I saw it with my family before Walking Dead and I didn't have a chance to react to it. One or the other. Now I'm starting to think I didn't actually get a reaction out. But if it's what I'm thinking and it was very kid-oriented, like there was like a lot of teenagers and stuff like that, then yes, I did see it. The Saints intercepted the ball when I was just talking. I mean, the Cardinals just intercepted the ball. Brees pass deep left for Zachary Line, intercepted by Peterson. Arizona ball. So that was Brees' first fuck up. Brees has thrown an interception, and they were in field goal range. So Cardinals ball, horrible. They were past midfield, the Saints. So this could be bad. Saints were doing their job. They have a 4-point cushion, but all the Cardinals got to do is get a touchdown, and they're on top. Oh, Bills touchdown. Singletary got a touchdown. That was some sweet run, too. Singletary on the Bills did like a stutter step, and the guy literally got so shook he fell, and then he just hurdled the other guy and shook a tackle. Very good run by Singletary. The Bills are now, it's going to be 14-17. Giants, 13-24 in the red zone. And Jones, the quarterback, whipped it into nowhere. But was your sister that helped me with my puppy? I did not see my sister when I ran over. So I could not assist you at this moment, sir. But I will definitely find out. And I'll hit you up in the chat or on the next live stream. Falcons sacked for -7 yards. So it is 2nd and 17. And they are deep in their own territory. Almost at like roughly the 14-yard line. So we got the Falcons 2nd and 17. The Giants on the red zone right now on the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. So it was a penalty on the Lions. Here we go. Rush, Shaquan Barkley on the outside, trying to make the cut. He got about 1.5 yards, maybe. Man, they're stacking him up. I thought he might get the outside edge, but no, he got 1.5 yards. It's 2nd and goal on about the 3.5-yard line. He keeps mashing his nose into the phone on the same spot, so he almost closes the. Cardinals 3rd and 1, so now it is a timeout by the Cardinals. 7.5 minutes. They have run out half the quarter on a whole lot of nothing in that game. 2nd and goal. There is a flag. Oh, Lions took a timeout. Right now, there's a whole lot of nothing going on in football. Everyone's kind of like in no man's land, or there's like blowouts going on. Indianapolis is about to kick a field goal, but they're down 10 points. So, big whoop-de-doo. And apparently, they're kicking from 45 yards, and Vinatieri already missed from this exact same distance. But he got that one. So, Vinatieri, 2 field goals. Denver is beating them, man. That's rough. Denver's going to beat them. And Colts are, I'm pretty sure the Colts are leading their division. So they're about to get beat up by a shitty Denver team. Jaguars leading the Jets 19-7. And the Giants are going for the 2-point conversion. That's interesting. Oh, no. I'm sorry. This is the other game. Barkley gets another yard or two. He is just, they're at like the 2-yard line. They're just getting little pieces at a time. Cardinals are 3rd and 1 in the Saints game, but they've been in a timeout. I'm trying to wait for the update. I got to keep looking because I can't have the volume up because I don't want to get flagged. I have actually got a video flagged for having the volume on without even having any video. So I'm trying to be careful, so I have to keep looking from side to side. The only reason you hear something in the background is that the red zone I could do, because the red zone is every game all skewed together. So I would be shocked if they had some sort of template in place to like catch algorithms on that. But it's 3rd and 1 in the Saints game. Cardinals ball. Saints are up by 4. Seems like they're taking 8 years. I'm going to refresh the screen.
During the stoppage in the Giants game, look at the replay here. Keenan Allen catches it from Phillip Rivers and goes down inside the 20. It's a Los Angeles red zone drive, down by 9.
Keenan Allen just got a crazy good catch. And it must still be 3rd and 1 because I'm refreshing and it's not doing anything. Let's see. If the characters didn't look hot enough in Part 6, Stone Ocean, they randomly changed the character's gender and all they had to do was change the shirt. Also in Part 8, there's a whole plot point about how the Sailor Boy has 4 balls. Evan Ingram, touchdown by the Giants. So the Giants are going to be 1 point, or they'll probably go for the 2-point conversion because they're 5 down. And there must have been something happen in the Saints game. See, this is why it's not refreshing. Somehow, the Saints have the ball at the Arizona 30, and they literally didn't show me how it happened. Something is so messed up with my game right now. 4th and 1. Oh, okay. It was 4th and 1. The Cardinals went for it, and they missed, so the Saints have the ball on the Cardinals 30. What a friggin' play to fuck up. That was rough, man. I could see them doing that late in the 4th quarter to, like, make some waves. But the Cardinals went for a 4th and 1 and missed, so the Saints are already in field goal range with a full set of downs. In Part 2, the main villains are 3 ancient superhumans Dressed as strippers with the physique and peak of Arnold Schwarzenegger. That is interesting to say the least. So yeah, guys, the Saints are 1st and 10 on the Arizona 30 after Arizona went for it on 4th down and missed in their own on their own 30. Latavius Murray, 3-yard gain. He is at about 70 yards rushing now, but he's definitely got over 100 from scrimmage. So Latavius Murray, over 100 yards. Michael Thomas at exactly 100 yards. And Drew Brees is approaching 250 throwing. Incomplete pass. Drew Brees to Hill. 3rd and 7, but the Saints are in field goal range. Should I pour the shot and jinx him again, or should I wait? Last time I poured the shot and they fumbled the ball. Or no, they didn't fumble it. They got a penalty after time expired in the half, and it didn't count. Their names are Cars, Warnu, and Ezadizi. Cars, Warn you, and Ezadizi. Do it for the luck. Do it for the luck. I'm going to do it for the luck. I'm missing some. Warn you. I'm assuming it's warn you. Cars. As a DZ. Is it easy? Oh, ECDC. Oh, wham. What am I? Oh, that's an M. My eyes are bad. I thought it was WARNUU. I thought it was warn you. I didn't realize it was an M. Wham. Okay, that makes sense. And Cars, the group. Okay. So all rock bands. I was going to say, I get Cars, but what is it referencing? So it's referencing Cars. I got the nightlife, baby. Do. I love Cars. Cars is good. Saints, pass right to Harris. 18 yards from Brees. The Saints are in the red zone. Saints are in the red zone. 2nd and 7. Murray 3 yards. All right. So hopefully the Saints will at least leave this with points, unlike last time. 2nd and 7. Eagles just got a touchdown. Eagles just jumped up another touchdown on the Bills. 2nd and 7. Touchdown. Latavius Murray, another touchdown. Latavius Murray is proving to be like one of the better players on the Saints. I mean, having Kamara injured and Latavius Murray being there, and it's a pass from Brees. So that actually counts as a touchdown for Brees too. So Latavius Murray is definitely over 100 yards now, scrimmage. Probably close to 50, 60 yards for receiving, and 2 touchdowns. Latavius Murray has 1 rushing, 1 receiving. Glorious times. Happy he's in my big money league right now. Good stuff. So here's the shot for that. Saints touchdown. It is going to be 17-6. Lutz. Extra point is good. 17-6, guys.
Game rewind. No Alvin Kamara in the game, and no David Johnson.
That is huge. So the Saints defense stopped the Cardinals 4th and 1 and immediately scored. Boom, boom, boom. Brees, I think, didn't miss a single play on that drive. I think it was like 4 passes and a rush, and Brees nailed every one. So he is at exactly 250 yards, Brees. Brees is at 250 yards, and Latavius Murray barely snuck in the edge. I'm watching the replay now over here. It was about a 16-yard pass play, 15-yard pass play, right on the edge and barely scooted in. He just got right in, just barely snuck in there. Beautiful. Latavius Murray is making waves. I hear like noise outside, like someone is riding through my backyard on an ATV. So Murray right now is 69 rushing, 48 receiving, 117 total yards. Thomas is at 100 yards. Brees at 250. Everyone is doing bang up jobs. They're 11-point lead right now. So the Cardinals have got to get a touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal. 5 minutes left in the third. Looking good for the Saints. Could go to 7-1. Amazing season, especially considering Brees was out for 5 of those games. Back to the chat. Their names are someone. That's an M, you illiterate blind man. Yes, I already called myself out on that. Someone's power is part 4 is named Earth, Wind, and Fire. So the person is clearly a fan of bands. Oh, I get it now. You said that earlier. You said it involved bands, but I don't know why, but I was thinking like bands, like wristbands. I don't know why. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I thought it had something to do with wristbands. Part 5 has the name changed in the English dub to Little Bomber from Aerosmith, and people are still pissed. I can see that. I don't know why they do that when they're keeping it. They should try to keep everything in the vein of that. I would be probably pissed too if I was a legitimate fan of it. Oh, so the Saints are doing good. Let's see what we got here. It definitely sounds like someone is in my backyard. I don't know what's going on. It sounds like someone is in my backyard riding an ATV or something. I have like a huge backyard, and there's woods, so I feel like I hear people riding shit. Sometimes it's not even bands. They changed Part 5's Notorious B.I.G. to Notorious Chase. It's to avoid copyright. Okay, I was going to say, why do that? But that makes sense. All right, Cardinals already got the ball back. 2nd and 3rd. I cannot believe the top rusher right now on the Cardinals, 7 yards. Edmonds has 7 yards. Murray has 5 yards. So combined, they have 12 yards rushing. And their top receiver is still 66 yards, and 47 was off one catch. So the the Cardinals are only down by 11, but based on stats, they should be down by a lot more. 3rd and 2, 1 yard gain by Edmonds. So now Edmonds has a total of 8 whole yards.
19 yards on the catch by Doyle. Jacoby Brissett, 11 of 17 for a buck 39.
3rd and 2. This is big. If Arizona doesn't convert here and has to kick back to the Saints, that'll be like 3 consecutive 3-and-outs, and they're down by 11. They got to like start doing something. I mean, last week, Edmonds and Murray last week were doing really good. I was actually concerned about this game, especially the running game. And the running game is the only thing that doesn't look like it's working. Kyler Murray passed 9 yards, first down. So Cardinals got the first down. They're on the 42. They're almost at midfield. And Edmonds was injured. During the play, Edmonds was injured. His return is questionable. So, as if their running game wasn't bad enough, now they lost their number 1 running back. And he's not even their number 1. He's the backup for someone else. Ow. It took years to animate Part 5 because the stand name Gold Experience was being barred by Prince. Really? What is Gold Experience? Forgive me on my arrogance of not knowing, but I don't know what I know who Prince is. I don't know what Gold Experience is. The main villain of Part 1 is named Dio. It doesn't get more obvious. What is up with the Gold Experience? I don't know. Maybe I should know that. I don't recognize the reference. So Murray just sacked for -2 yards. Saints are doing work. Gold Experience is the name of one of his albums. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I listen to Prince. I know Prince. Never a huge Prince fan. So it's not like I know all the ins and outs of Prince. Vinatieri just missed another field goal to give the Colts the lead. They're down by 1 point. Vinatieri, who is money pretty much every season, has missed 2 this game. And they're only down by 1. So if they lose this game by 1 point to the Broncos, one of the worst teams this season I've watched. The Broncos are horrendous. And they could possibly beat the Colts by 1 point right now. Cardinals, huge pass to Daniels. Looks like about 10, 20, 30, about 35, 36-yard pass. It is now 2nd and 10. Yeah, the Cardinals just got a huge playoff. It was 2nd and 12. I'm rewatching it over here because I actually missed it live. 2nd and 12. Kyler Murray, or did he run? Oh, no, he sailed it. Clay again. It's another pass to Clay. So right now, Clay has 88 yards, and it's on like 2 catches, basically. Edmonds got injured. 3rd and 4th. 3rd and 4th. Cardinals ball. On the 32. So the Cardinals are in field goal range. So even if they don't convert, they have a shot at a field goal, which puts them 1 possession down. 3rd and 4. I feel like sometimes they go really quick, and then sometimes it's like a dead stop. And I keep looking around because I'm trying to see updates and stuff. Oh, it wasn't even a field goal by Vinatieri. Vinatieri missed the extra point. So now he's missed a field goal and extra point. So they would have tied the game, I guess. So it's not as bad as I thought, but Vinatieri is not doing too good. Kyler Murray missed on 4th and 4. They're going to have to kick a field goal. They're going to go for the field goal. They're down by 2 possessions. A field goal will put them 1 possession down if you count the 2-point conversion. So the Cardinals would be smart to kick the field goal here. And if they do, I'll have to do a shot. Dio is the name after the band Dio, created by Ronnie James Dio. There's a side character in part 1 named REO Speedwagon. REO Speedwagon, I know. I'm quite fond of them. I don't know who Ronnie James Dio is. And the Cardinals got the field goal. So it is 9-17. They're still within a possession. They got a shot, but they got to get a touchdown, a 2-point conversion just to tie the game. Worst team. Someone forgot the Raiders exist. I don't think the Raiders are the worst team. I wouldn't even put Raiders in the bottom 5, maybe. They might fit in the bottom 5. But I wouldn't even... First off, I don't hate the Raiders. I never did. Second off, I don't think the Raiders are as bad as... Probably there's got to be at least 4 other bad teams. I would say the Broncos, the Jets, the Redskins, Miami Dolphins. All 4 of those are way worse than the Raiders right now. There's probably even more than that. I don't know who Ronnie James Dio is. I really don't. Maybe do. Do I know that? Should I know that? Maybe I'm just not thinking clearly. It doesn't ring a bell. But yeah, Miami and the Redskins right off the bat. Those are definitely the worst teams right now. Jets are worse than the Raiders. Broncos are worse than the Raiders. I'm willing to bet if I kept thinking, there are definitely at least one more team worse than the Raiders. So I don't think the Raiders are even in the bottom 5. But I'm not saying they're good. I'm just saying there's a lot of shitty teams. Honestly, I would even say the Giants are worse than the Raiders right now. The Giants are playing like shit. Their quarterback is a rookie. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. At least the Raiders have Carr, who I enjoy. Carr, I think, is going to be something one day. He's just a little slow going, but he's good when he wants to be. Lions, Bengals. I would say the Lions are better than Raiders. All right. The Bengals are worse than the Raiders. I would say the Lions are better than than the Raiders. The Lions, maybe the Lions are worse. Well, put it this way. The Bengals are definitely worse. So there's the fifth team right there. Lions are on the fence. The Lions and the Raiders might be in the same territory, but the Bengals are definitely worse. I forgot because they're 0-7 right now. So you got Miami, the Bengals, and the Redskins are by far the worst three. Then the Jets and who was the other one I said? The Jets and whoever the hell else I said before. I keep forgetting. Even the Chargers. The Chargers, I thought were going to be a dominating force this year. The Chargers are 2-5 and about to lose this game. So they're playing like shit. The Bears, I thought were going to be a great team this year. They're barely 3-3, and the Chargers could pull off the win against them right now. Yeah, that's the problem. Someone said this the other day. They were like, yeah, you don't remember when you lost? He goes, no, I don't remember when I lost because it barely ever happened, so I don't remember stuff like that. I was like, that was a good comeback. I dig it. But Cardinals got the field goal off. Oh, I forgot to take the shot. Saints just threw a fucking 30-yard pass to Ted Ginn Jr. So they are already past midfield. Brees is about to hit 300 yards, and Ted Ginn is up to 42 yards receiving off that. Barely. That pun was terrible. All right, let me take the shot before I jinx myself again and think I ruined the Saints game. So this is for the Cardinals field goal. Damn it, I keep filling these way too high, but I'm still good to go. Seahawks are still killing the Falcons. 24-11, and it's the fourth quarter. Saints, 1st and 10 at the 46 of Arizona. I feel like the Saints, as soon as like the third quarter is wrapping up, every game, even when Teddy Bridgewater was there, I feel like by the third quarter, the Saints just are like, all right, enough's enough. Let's give us that extra cushion, and they just ramp up into another gear. Because even the games with Bridgewater, they've just been like slowly rolling, and then by the end of the third quarter or the beginning of the fourth quarter, they're like several possessions up on the other team. End of the third quarter, still 1st and 10. They let the clock run down. So Saints are in timeout, end of the third quarter. 17-9 with the ball past midfield. Everyone is doing great. The only hiccup they've had is almost in the red zone on one of the last drives. Brees threw an interception. So that is the only hiccup the entire team has had. The defense is solid. Rushing is solid. Receiving is solid. Throwing is solid. And the Chargers just missed a field goal that would have put them within a field goal of the game. I'm a whole decade younger than you, telling you that Ronnie James Dio replaced Ozzy Osbourne as vocalist of Black Sabbath. I never listened to Black Sabbath. I apologize. I don't mean to kill anybody with that statement, but I wasn't a fan of Ozzy Osbourne. I wasn't a fan of Black Sabbath. I know their songs, but I was never a big fan. I apologize. I wasn't a big music guy growing up. I was always a sports guy and a video games, TV. I was never into music. So you're lucky I know Cars and Wham and stuff like that. Notorious B.I.G. When I was into music was in high school, and I was very into rap. So I definitely remember, everyone knows Notorious B.I.G. But you can't hold it against me. I just wasn't a music guy. It's not like I just was a music guy that didn't follow them. I just didn't do music. I didn't know Prince's album. If you notice a trend, I don't know specifics on music, but you can ask me who is the name of the father that drove the nerds to their airport in Nerds 2. I'll be able to tell you. Obscure shit I know. Oh my God. Calvin Ridley just dove for a catch and got so shaken up he literally was twitching like this on the sidelines. Oh my God. He caught it mid-flight. A guy hit him in the air as he caught it, totally outstretched, head whacked the ground really hard, and he literally is making like weird hand movements like this. I don't know if he's doing that intentionally or he just lost his mind. But Julio Jones, right down the middle, up, and there's a flag. Saints game is still in a timeout. How many people played Michael in the first Halloween movie? That's a rough one. If you're counting little Michael, 1, 2. I'm assuming you're counting child Michael, because why wouldn't you? So that's 1. I think 3. I think 3 people played Michael Myers. Because there was the kid, the guy, and the stunt double. Just grown up, then there is 2. I think. There might have been 3. I know what you're talking about, because multiple played. If you count the kid, I think there's 3. Is there really 5? See, I was going to say, if I was going to put money on it, I would have said 4. Just to give myself a cushion, because if you're asking the question, it's probably more than I thought. But I'm surprised it's 5. And it's 5 adults or counting the kid? Because if it's 5 counting the kid, that means 6 counting the kid, that's a lot. I would have definitely got that wrong. But yet again, D4C, I'm not using this as an excuse, but Halloween is my least favorite horror movie franchise. I don't like Halloween. Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Chucky, Phantasm, Puppet Master, every one of those is Evil Dead is one of my favorite of all time. I don't like Halloween. I don't like Michael Myers. I don't like the idea of a psycho kid that murdered his sister and his mother, and like all of a sudden they just like, as they feel necessary, make him stronger and more ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, Jason Voorhees is that too, but they kind of just like from the beginning were like, it is what it is. He's supernatural. Michael Myers, they're making you believe it is a kid that has these crazy abilities. And while I'm not looking, Hill just scored a touchdown on the Saints. Wide open Hill. Here it goes. Wide open. Hill got, oh my God, Hill's got to be breaking 100 yards at this point. Hill just got like, Hill just got 29 yards. Is that what it? Hill just got 29 yards on that catch and then got the touchdown. Back-to-back Hill passes, and Hill is my tight end in fantasy right now. My fantasy team's got to be rocking. I haven't looked because I'm viewing this off my new Pixel because I want to see how the quality is. So I can't check my fantasy teams, but holy shit, Hill just got back-to-back catches. Brees is over 300 yards. Murray's over 100 yards. Thomas is over 100 yards. Hill's got to be close to 100 yards now. This is insanity the manatee. Insane. Drew Brees pass left to Hill. I can't believe they scored that quick. I'm over here chatting it up, thinking like, yeah, I got time. It was in a timeout. I look away for 5 seconds. The Saints are up 24-9. The extra point was good. Lutz is good. 24-9. 12 and a half minutes left in the fourth quarter. Cardinals are getting reamed. Hill is an all-star right now. You got to remember that the starting tight end on the Saints is out. So Hill is backup. Oh, wait, that's not even Hill. That's Taysom Hill. That's the backup quarterback. I thought it was the other guy. My bad. So anyway, Taysom Hill got the touchdown. And it was a pass. Usually he rushes or something like that. Ugh. That's right. I forgot that the Saints have 2 different guys named Hill on their team. That made me... So he didn't... Now I don't even know which guy is which. Because before I kept seeing Hill. I don't even know... I got to look at the box scores. Give me a sec as you... I mean, D4C.
Oh, as we were watching that score, we got a
Hill. Where's Hill? Hill. All right. Josh Hill, the tight end, has 39 yards. Taysom Hill has 27. I forgot there were two Hills on the team, honestly. Like, I can't, because I have Hill in my fantasy. I'm thinking the guy's approaching 100 yards, but it's split even down the middle. So they each got about 30, 40 yards each. And the touchdown wasn't my Hill. It was Taysom Hill. All I know is shot time, because the Saints just scored a freaking touchdown again. That's why I told you guys I don't do double shots, because all of a sudden the Saints could just start scoring crazy amounts. Well, I'm almost out of drinks.
they go to the air again, and this time Trubisky, how'd the ball go down? I didn't see anyone hit him. Ball on the ground. Melvin Ingram recovers it for the Chargers, and Trubisky lost the football and his hand warmer.
Just so you guys know I'm not lying. You know I didn't get up and take it away. This is where I'm at right now in the thing. So I'm a little less than half. I don't know how I'm doing this. It's a little less than half. But we got only 12 and a half minutes left. So, all right. Taysom Hill got the touchdown. And it was another pass. So now Brees got 2 touchdowns, 320 yards, punting it to the Cardinals. Now back to the chat. Who played Jason Voorhees the most out of all the other actors? Kane Hodder. Kane Hodder played him the most. It's got to be. Michael Myers is not his canon name anymore. What is his canon name? What actor was going to be the lead in the Kevin Smith Superman movie? Nicolas Cage. See, I'm very aware of movie knowledge. As you can see, the Michael Myers thing, like I said, I'm not a fan of Halloween, so I don't know what his canon name would be. But just Michael? Oh, okay. But yeah, Nicolas Cage was going to be Superman in Kevin Smith's movie. Kane Hodder is the most used Jason Voorhees actor. You could shoot out lots of movie trivia, specifically movie trivia. I'm good with TV too, but my forte is movie trivia, specifically horror, sci-fi. I'm good with dates, like movie date stuff. What's Candyman's name? Ooh, that's a rough one. And I do like Candyman. I know Tony Todd plays Candyman, but I don't know I can't remember Candy. I will admit when I cannot think of it. I don't know Candyman's name. I know Tony Todd, the actor, plays Candyman, but I'm blanking on what Candyman's name is. I do enjoy Candyman. Haven't seen it a whole lot, but I do like it. I think it's a very good movie, but I'm not sure on the actual name. Tony Todd plays it, so I'll give you a little piece of trivia for myself. Chargers 10-16 against the Bears, and the Chargers are in the red zone. Catch made, missed a tackle, dove in, touchdown. It is tie game. The Chargers could actually go up a point with the extra point on the Bears with 8 minutes left. The Chargers could pull this game off, which honestly, at that point, would make the Bears look that much worse. The Chargers can only look better at this point. The Bears are going to look like crap if the Chargers beat them. Everyone was riding high on the Bears this season, and they'll go to 3-4. That's not too shabby. But no, that's horrible. I often confuse Tony Todd with Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah, I could see that. It's like Tony Todd's like a skinnier version of Lawrence Fishburne. Lawrence Fishburne's more like bulky. But yeah, Tony Todd, they have a similar look. Donald, see, I don't even know how to pronounce that. I wouldn't even know it. You, D4C, are you big into horror? Because I've been watching a lot of Angry Video Game Nerd. He does the rental reviews and stuff like that. During Halloween, he does a different video every day. He just recently did Jacob's Ladder. Jacob's Ladder is a very, weird, awkward, horrifying type movie. But I kind of want to rewatch it because I haven't seen it in a while. It's because Tony Todd was in Final Destination. Yeah, that's right. Tony Todd was in Final Destination. I feel like he's in something else too. I saw Tony Todd at Monster Mania. if you guys remember when I went to Monster Mania, I got all this stuff. Tony Todd was there and he was in the bar we went to. And I actually like sent him over a drink and he came over and thanked us. Well, me came over and thanked me and like, stopped for like 2 seconds just to say hi. And I was like, yeah, big fan, whatever. It was kind of cool. Really cool dude. So that was kind of cool. I am into horror lore. Okay. I am as well. Most of what I do is horror. If you didn't hear me before, I just got back from the Parsippany Chiller Convention. It's every year around this time. And wasn't as busy as usual and wasn't as many people as I wanted to see. They literally had an entire Revenge of the Nerds reunion, and that's all the only reason I went. I got pictures with Ogre and Ogre and Booger, and got autographed pictures and stuff like that. Today, or was it today? Or yesterday night, they did a group photo of all 8 nerds, like every one of the major guys with the cheerleader from the first one. The Ginger Dead Man. Gary Busey's Christmas movie is The Ginger Dead Man. So, Saints just got the ball back. 4th and 9, Arizona had to kick it back. So, it's looking very good for the Saints right now. Saints are up by 15 points. They're up by 15 points with the ball. 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Yeah, Gary Busey, and there's a bunch of them. Gary Busey has what? This one is another trivia question, but I'm just saying it because I'm not sure. I think there's at least 3 Ginger Dead Mans, maybe 4, but I'm not positive if Gary Busey did the voice in all of them. He might not have in the last one, but there's a couple of them now. Do you remember Alan Rickman's first acting role? Alan Rickman is from Die Hard. Rickman. I keep saying Richmond. It's Rickman. Alan Rickman. There's 4. He's only in the first one. Oh, okay. Is that what it is? Okay, there is 4, and I knew Gary Busey wasn't in all of them. I thought he was in at least 1 and 2. As far as Alan Rickman, he was in. What was his first? I know he was in. I mean, obviously he was in Die Hard as Hans Gruber. What the hell was he before that? I feel like I know what you're talking about, and I just can't think of it. Give me a year, D4C. We're going to play games, because I don't want you to just tell me right off the bat. Saints are 3rd and 8. Thomas for 3 yards. So the Cardinals could get the ball back pretty quick. It's 3rd and 8 right now. Saints are 24-9, winning with 10 minutes left in the fourth. So they're up by 15. But that's still plenty of time. If the Cardinals get the ball back, score a quick touchdown, it's plenty of time. Thomas is over 100 yards. Murray is over 100 yards. Brees is over 300 yards. All of them are performing. The defense is solid. Everyone's running on all cylinders. I'm just curious to see what happens here. If the Saints don't convert, the Cardinals at this point still have plenty of time to score 2 touchdowns. Wentz running it, got the first down for the Eagles over here, and the Saints didn't do it. Short pass, gain of 6, it's going to be 4th and 2. So the Saints are going to fuck around. The Saints are going to kick it back to Cardinals. So the Cardinals are going to have a little under 10 minutes. They got to score 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. 1988, Alan Rickman. Really? What did that make it, Die Hard then? If Alan Rickman's, so then it's got to be Die Hard, right? Because Die Hard came out around then. So then I guess Alan Rickman, first movie's got to be Die Hard. Unless he did another movie the same year as Die Hard. Okay, it's Die Hard. I was gonna say, see, I'm thinking they're kind of trick questions, so I don't want to go for the obvious. Somebody did this. Somebody in the trivia show the other day did. What was it? Oh, who? I can't remember the director's name now, which totally defeats the whole point of the question. But there was like, what was the last movie so and so directed? And it was Beverly Hills Cop 2. And whoever the director is of Beverly Hills Cop 2, I cannot remember. I literally have the poster hanging up in my gym of Beverly Hills Cop 2 specifically, not part 1. I love part 2 better. Even though both are great, I think part 2 is better. But the trivia question, what's the last movie he directed with Eddie Murphy? And it was Beverly Hills Cop 2. And I knew it, but now I can't remember the director's name. But that wasn't the question. It was what was the movie? And it was Beverly Hills Cop 2. So that, okay, Alan Rickman was Die Hard first. I felt like there was something I was missing. Then he must have did something shortly after that I was confusing it with. Because I that would have been my guess just because I couldn't have a better guess. But as soon as you said 1988, I know that's Die Hard. All right, Carolina, first down, gain of 15 yards at their own 34. Carolina, I mean Cardinals. And we got Chicago over here down by 1 point on the red zone. 3rd and 7, got the ball. What a catch. That dude outstretched Gabriel. Total outstretch. Grabbed that ball, first down. So the Bears are making way. They could get in field goal range and win the game with a field goal. Oh my God. And now the Eagles ran up the middle. Josh Howard just got a gain of a lot. And now the Cardinals, shotgun Kirk, who I have in my fantasy, gain of 20. They're at New Orleans 35, but they can't settle for field goals. They need touchdowns. So I ain't going to be worried until the Cardinals get a freaking touchdown. So right now, Cardinals at the New Orleans 35. Huge gain on the last play. 1st and 10. Can you name the only actor to appear in Star Trek, Star Wars, and Doctor Who? The problem with that is, D4C, I have never seen Doctor Who. And I've only seen 3 Star Trek movies and never a show. So that is a rough question for me because I've never seen 2 out of the 3. But if I had to guess, because Star Wars is one of my favorite of all time. So if I had to be very slick about it and judge it based on Star Wars, the fact that Doctor Who came out later, but then again, there was the older one. I'm going to try to figure this out just by process of elimination. The only actor to appear in I'm going to name him and you'll be pissed. Don't say it because I'm going to think about it. I bet you I could almost figure it out from process of elimination. Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who. Because I'm such a fan of Star Wars, I could probably do it. Give me a sec. 3rd and 2nd on the Cardinals game. So they're in almost the red zone. Who the heck? Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who. See, Star Trek, even though I didn't watch, I still know a lot about it. But Doctor Who, I'm totally in the dark. So I'm trying to eliminate people using Star Trek and Star Wars. I'm trying to think of anyone that's even in the 2 of them. Star Trek and Star Wars. Who has been in both of those? 4th and 2. Kyler Murray missed his pass. So they're going to go for it. They can't kick a field goal. They don't have enough time. If they kick the field goal, it's stupid. So they got to convert. If the Saints get the ball back, the game is pretty much over. Cardinals only got 1 timeout left. They're down by 15. They have to convert here. 4th and 2. I'll think about it in a second. Give me a sec, D4C. I just want to see this unravel. 4th and 2. Cardinals ball. Saints 27. What's going to happen? Come on. And it's Saints ball. They went for it. Pass incomplete. Saints ball. 24-9. Saints got the ball. Cardinals only got 1 timeout. It looks like game overtime. So, I'll help you because it's kind of vague. I mean the franchises. So it could be in the show or the movie, something like that. I keep leaning for Picard, but Picard was never in a Star Wars movie. I'm trying to think of who I know from Star Trek. Oh. No, it's not him. What actor? Because you said actor. I was almost going to say, could it be a screenplay guy or a director? But you're saying actor. See, I wish I knew the other franchises. It's rough for me. It's like I'm trying to do an educated guess based on one franchise, and I don't know the other two. I never was a Star Trek fan, and I never got into Doctor Who. My sister and my brother, major Doctor Who fans. My brother, major Doctor Who and Star Trek fan. I've just never got up on those. All right, you can tell me. I'm not gonna figure it out. I'm gonna say the girl that played Rogue One. What was her name? Dude, even if you did, this would be hard. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what the hell's the chick's name that played in Rogue One? Why am I blanking on her name? It's probably not her anyway, but that's the. If I was gonna give a guess, I'd say that because she's British and Doctor Who's British. Why can't I remember her name? I keep wanting to say Phoebe Cates, but I know it's not Phoebe Cates at all. The frick is her name? Simon Pegg. Oh my God! See, I didn't know. I didn't know he was in. I didn't know he was in Doctor Who, so I would have never got that. Dude, even if you, I do know Simon Pegg was in Star Trek, and I did know Simon Pegg was the voice of the guy in the Star Wars, like the big fat guy in Ray's junk pile place. Yeah, let's go Saints. What's up? Saints are winning, dude. Good to see you. What? How do you say that? Jeff Lack? Is that Jeff Lack 1? Oh, that's got to be meaning something. Killer. Jeff. Oh, Jeffla Killer? It looks like it says Jeffla Killer. But go Saints. Saints are winning. They just scored a touchdown when I looked away. Michael Thomas, 9-yard pass, touchdown, 30-9. See, every time I don't pay attention, something major happens. So now Brees, oh my God, and Michael Thomas, everyone's over 100 yards now. Murray had a bust-up run there. Everyone's over 100 yards. Brees is almost at 400 yards. All right, shot time. You actually got it right, and hell yeah. Jaffa Killer. Love it. And the Saints. Did you see that happen before you told me let's go Saints? I looked away to read the chat, and Drew Brees scored in like 40 seconds. I thought they were going to run the ball and run the clock. They did run the ball, and Murray got like a 30 or 40-yard run on the play. And then Thomas got the touchdown. I'll take either way. I got Thomas in my fantasy. I got Kamara in my fantasy. All right, guys. I'm going to do a little bit of a bigger shot. Super Bowl, One-Eyed Willie. Oh, my God. We got a freaking Goonies fan in here. I got a Goonies poster up over here. I got Chester Copperpot over here with his little map and his key with his little doubloon. Big fan of Goonies over here, buddy. But One-Eyed Willie, it's looking like Saints Super Bowl. How could you shut them down? Without Brees, we win. With Brees, we win by 40. So what's the problem here? It's like with a backup, we win, but by not like a lot. We'll win by maybe double digits with a backup. With Brees, we win by 20 or 30 points. It's ridiculous. So cheers to us Saints fans. Teddy did his thing. Teddy, I said in the beginning, I was like, I wasn't high on Teddy Bridgewater, but he did a phenomenal bang-up job. I will admit when I'm wrong. Brees is 34 for 43. 3 touchdowns, almost 400 yards. Thomas is over 100 yards. Murray is over 100 rushing, almost 180 scrimmage yards. Crazy stuff. Like, Murray's our backup running back, and he's, like, breaking his all-time records. Cheers, Saints fans. This one we got in the bag. Yeah, I like the announcers going, Saints look like they're in good position. You think? Anyway, I just poured Red Bull down my face. Teddy did his thing. One-Eyed Willie, you look new to the group. Usually I have more people, but I also usually do these in advance. I put up a notification. I've had issues with things going on in my life, so I kind of just jumped in this thing. I can't, dude. I did this once before where I put a mirror behind me and I literally had a giant banner come across. They shut down my live stream and banned my channel for 3 months. I got a 3-month ban for showing a mirror. So I would love to show you my dude, but I can't. I just got to give the play-by-play and rant and rave about things. Who dat? Definitely in your fandom, my friend. Now we got the Cardinals. 5 minutes left, and they lost 5 yards. Sacked. Saints sacked. So the defense is still going hard. Saints are still coming in like steamrollers. Who killed the children in the house, in the forest, in the movie Blair Witch? Who killed the children in the house, in the forest? I know what you're talking about. D4C Outlander? I don't get the reference on that. Who? I know exactly what you're talking about. It was the... I don't know the name. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't know the name, D4C. This is the Saints' year. I gotta agree with you. Jaffa Killer. How'd you find me? You just randomly searched? Normally, like I said, there's more people because I post this up usually on a Friday, and then Sunday I do it, but a lot of shit going on, so I kind of just did this last minute. We have your woman, Outlander. Rustin Parr. Shaquan Barkley. The Giants. I mean, the Giants are trying, I guess, but the game's over. They got 3 minutes left, and they're down by like 12 points. They need a whole lot going on right now. Ladder, I mean, they just got a beautiful catch, but what does it matter? It's like they're doing a whole lot of something in garbage time. 4th and 14 for Arizona, and they're on their own 21. They'll probably go for it, but if they do, it's just going to be another shot for me to take by the Saints. I mean, at this point, they're down by a lot. What is it? 12. They're down by 22. Giants on 3rd and 11 missed the catch. I'm really curious to see if the Cardinals just admit their defeat or do they go for it on 4th and 14 deep in their own territory. They're at this point, you're just giving points to the Saints. I hope for the sake of the Cardinals, they just kick it off so the Saints can run the clock. Anyone remember Morton Anderson? Morton Anderson. Wasn't he a... Wasn't like he a commentator? Wasn't Morton Anderson a commentator? That's the first thing that's coming to mind is he's a commentator. Saints are awesome. Not. Oh, there we go. Giants got a flag in the end zone, so they're going to get a fresh set of downs. But they're just running out of time. They do have timeouts and the 2-minute warning, so I guess they could. And the Cardinals did kick to the Saints. So at this point, game overtime. They're admitting their defeat. Saints are winning this one. Morton Anderson. I do not remember Morton Anderson then. How do you say your name, though? Is it Choppa or is it Chopa? I'm thinking Choppa from... This is a totally random reference, but I'm a huge fan of Quantum Leap, and Choppa was the name of one of the... Wasn't it Choppa? Oh, no, it was Stopa. Stopa was the Russian guy. Choppa wasn't him. So it's either Chopper or Choppa? I don't know. Now I'm confused with myself. I'm thinking of Stopa from Quantum Leap. I've also had a lot of shots, guys. The bottle is more than halfway done in a matter of, what, hour and a half, 2 hours? The real question is the WCW World Heavyweight Champion that appears in the movie Scream. No, he was the kicker. You miss Meacham? Oh, of course. Meacham was always great. That I know, obviously. The World Heavyweight Champion from WCW. You know this about me too, D4C. Remember, you've watched enough of my live streams. Not a huge wrestling fan. I watched Hulk Hogan days, and that's about it. But WCW, I do remember, and I'm trying to remember who would have been in Scream. Was it the first Scream, or and they just put Teddy Bridgewater in? And what is happening? The Saints are already in the red zone again. What is happening? D. Washington for 31 yards. They have a backup quarterback in now, and the Saints are literally on Arizona 16. The Saints are going to score another touchdown. What just happened? I got to go to the plays. New quarterback in. Bridgewater comes in. 2-yard throw. 31-yard run. Both by Washington. What is happening? So they took out Brees, and Bridgewater's about to throw a touchdown. They got a solid 2 minutes left. Even if they run the ball, they're going to probably run it in. Latavius Murray can get a third touchdown. Odds are they're going to run the ball, and Latavius Murray is going to either get a running touchdown or they're going to kick a field goal. But they're right on the brink of 1st and goal. Reggie Bush was the guy back then. As you could see, Reggie Bush fan. He was like, I think he's joined the team like 2 years after I started watching. So Brees and Reggie Bush were like the first two guys I was like on board with. Yeah, the first one. So what is it? David Arquette. Was David Arquette? No way. David Arquette? David Arquette was not the world heavyweight champion of WCW, was he? I know David Arquette screws around with wrestling. I actually really like, what is it? Let me buy the Pikachu lamp. It's awesome, isn't it? I dig it too. See, it's even got a Pokeball that shoots out. Good stuff. As old as I am a huge Pokemon fan, huge horror fan. That's Monster Squad. Those of you joining late, it's hard to see from a distance, but this is the entire Monster Squad lineup from the 80s on a cardboard cutout that I stand up by my side over there. David Arquette beat Goldberg for the titles? That really happened? I cannot believe that. What was the movie that came out with David Arquette? What was it? Ready to Rumble. Ready to Rumble was a great movie with David Arquette, and it was all wrestling related, but I didn't know he was that involved with wrestling because I didn't really follow it. Who's better, Ted Ginn or Thomas? I'd have to say Thomas. Ted Ginn had his day, but Ted Ginn is just like, are you saying overall? Even overall, I'd have to say Thomas. Ted Ginn had like stellar years, but I feel like he didn't last as long as he should have. He's still good, and I love that he's on the team, but he's only good in like certain scenarios. I'd have to say Thomas is better overall. It's the moment people stopped watching WCW. Oh, well, that explains it. I would have never guessed that, even though I knew David Arquette was the star of Ready to Rumble, and he was in Scream. Saints are still at the 2-minute warning. I'm really curious to see if they score another touchdown here. It's like, now it's garbage time, but it's like, what the hell are the Cardinals doing that they just let up like 60 yards? It's garbage time. The Saints aren't even probably trying. And the Cardinals let up that kind of yardage. It's like, what the heck? I mean, I don't mind it because it just got me Murray over 100 yards and he's on my fantasy. So now we got Washington in. They're basically, they benched Murray. They benched Brees. I'm assuming they benched Thomas because Washington is doing every run, but he's making his way to the end zone. Washington, I would have said Murray would have got another touchdown, but I don't think they're going to let him get another touchdown. It is 2nd and 5 on Arizona's 11. At this point, they obviously won, but I'm just curious to see if the Saints score again. Oh. Is that Falco? Oh, Trubisky. I thought that was the Broncos for a second. So here goes Trubisky. They're down by 1 point with 40 seconds, 1st and 10, and they're in field goal range. They're going to win this game. Can you name the only wrestler to appear in a Marvel movie? Batista. That's got to be Batista. 3rd and 6. The Saints got backed up a yard. Oh, because they're taking a knee. So no more scores. Bridgewater is taking knees. Wait, 1, 2. I guess, yeah, because Cardinals got to use their last time out. 4th and 7. I guess the Cardinals admitted defeat because the Cardinals got a timeout left. So technically they shouldn't have took a knee, but maybe it was like a understanding, like, yeah, we're gonna take a knee, stop the game, like we don't need to do this. Otherwise, they're gonna run the score up. One more game. There it is, final. 31-9. Saints have won. End of game. So now I'm just gonna watch the red zone over here, but I'll talk to you guys. Can you name the only wrestler? It's got to be Batista, right? The first wrestler. What do you mean the first wrestler? I don't know what you mean. I know Batista's a wrestler, and Batista was in the MCU. The first wrestler to be in a Marvel movie. Oh, I get you now. Oh, Macho Man in Spider-Man, right? Was it Macho Man in Spider-Man? It's got to be that. Because I remember when Macho Man fought Tobey Maguire in the original Spider-Man. It's got to be one of those. Unless it's something really obscure that was in, like, I don't know. Because Tobey Maguire was one of the first big, like, Marvel franchises. Yeah, he was Bonesaw. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, Bonesaw. Yeah, and Bruce Campbell introduced him, right? Bruce Campbell was the commentator that introduced the fight. I remember that little shout out to Bruce Campbell, who was also, I believe someone said Bruce Campbell was in every Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like someone told me that Bruce Campbell had a cameo in every of Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, like, so all 3. Could be wrong about that. Could have been the first 2. Do you think LSU could beat Alabama? They're 8-0. Oh my God, dude. I still don't know if I said your name right. It's Chapa, I'm going to assume. But I always think LSU could beat them. I've got a full arsenal of LSU shirts and hats hanging up on my wall. I really think LSU has their number all the time. Sometimes they don't do it. But I would definitely think Alabama, man, they win so much, but they can't win all the time. You got to think that LSU's got the shot. And the Bears just missed the field goal with time expiring. They literally ran the clock to kick the field goal and missed. Oh my God, that is miserable. It was like a 27-yarder, and the Bears missed it to win. Is it a bad hold? Trubisky, oh no, it's not Trubisky there. I thought Trubisky held it. It curved wide left and missed by an inch. I almost don't even care because I honestly like the Chargers better than the Bears. So I apologize to Bears fans, but Chargers just won that game because the Bears lost it. It wasn't like the Bears didn't have a million shots. The Bears missed so many opportunities. So the Bears season might be kaputs at this point. I forget how their division is right now, but they're 3-4, and I feel like their division is not going to let them in. They're not going to squeeze in as a wild card with 3-4 unless they start winning every game from here on. Can the superhero who appeared in the real life WWE match? Hint, he has his own show instead of movie. I'm not understanding what you're saying exactly, D4C. The superhero who appeared in the real life WWE match? Hint, he has his own show instead of a movie. Is it, I mean, just based off of what you said there, is it, I'm assuming, can you name the hero who appeared in real life WWE match? I don't really watch wrestling, so I don't know if I could do that. If it's based off WWE, I wouldn't know. He has his own show instead of a movie. Jericho? I don't know why, but I keep thinking Jericho, even though that probably makes no sense. But I'm thinking of the show Jericho, which had nothing to do with Jericho the wrestler. And Jericho wasn't WWE, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure Jericho was WWE or F. What's up, guys? If anyone's in the chat, I see people are growing in numbers, but if you have any questions or anything, the Saints game ended. Saints killed it. 31-9. They would have scored another touchdown, but they just kept taking knees to save the Cardinals the disgrace of losing further. The Cardinals basically just saved their last time out and didn't even use it. So basically, the Saints just killed it. They get Brees back. They have Bridgewater. Bridgewater holds it together. They have Brees. They win by 20 points. So I asked you to name a superhero who appeared in a. Oh, okay. A superhero who appeared. Say D for life. After so many shots, I have gotten a little hazy. All right, superhero who appeared in a wrestling match of WW or WCW. I mean WCW superhero who appeared in a wrestling match. Now, just clarify this for me, D4C. Was it like some gimmick, or was it the actor who played the superhero actually fought? Because that's a big difference. Was it like a gimmick and it was like some dude in a Hulk costume? Or are you saying that one of the actors who portrayed a superhero fought in a WCW match? That's what I need to know. And on that note, while I'm waiting, I'm going to take another shot just for the win. Because at this point, I don't got to worry about scores anymore. And I feel like the Saints would have scored there. So this is for the Saints win. It was an actor playing the hero. And it was WWE. Okay. And it was WWE. Okay. Oh, see, I read that wrong too. All right. My bad. Let's do the shot first. Cheers to the Saints fans. This is Saints win. Number 7. 7-1. Brees is back. Almost 400 yards with 3 touchdowns. An interception. But we'll let him slide on that. Cheers.
Breathes a sigh of relief. The Seahawks go on the road. They can go to victory formation and go to 6-2.
Falcons almost caught up to the where the fuck they're playing. Seahawks. Falcons almost caught up to the Seahawks. They're kneeling the ball. The Lions are getting the ball back. Onside kick, out of bounds. They're going to take some knees. The Giants are about to lose, so Lions got that game in the bag. And it was It was the actors, so it was Spider-Man, which it's not. It was the actor, so it was. So if it was Spider-Man, which it's not, it'd be Tom Holland. WWE. Actor who played. I do know this. Are you wait? It'd be if it was the actor. So if it was Spider-Man, which it's not, it would be Tom Holland. Let me think of who that could be. See, it would make the most sense that it would be Batista because Batista is in wrestling or was in wrestling and is an actor now. See, I don't know it, but I'm trying to use educated guesses. Who would it be? Who would be fun in the wrestling match? I don't think this is right, but why am I thinking like Brie Larson? Even though that's way out in left field, I feel like Brie Larson, I might have heard, did something like that. It's not Brie Larson, though. Oh, wait, hold up. Superhero. Wait. No, that's UFC. I'm thinking of the chick that played in the Deadpool movie. What was her name? I can't think of the girl. Who was the girl that did MMA that played in the Deadpool movie? That was like one of the superheroes that was messing around with Colossus. I'm assuming it's not her unless she did WWE. I mean, she doesn't have a show. I'm assuming you mean he? We're getting really into this. This is getting deep. It's not her. Okay. But it's a she? I mean, she doesn't have... Oh, Brie Larson doesn't have a show. Sorry, I'm trying to, like, follow the games and stuff. Hint, he has his own show. All right, that's the hint. He has his own show, and it's a he. WWE. He has his own show, was an actor. Who the hell in... That was WWE, and he's a superhero, has his own show. Is the show like a television show, or is it like a podcast? I like the game. I like to try to figure this shit out, but I'm trying to think of who the hell it could be. I'm trying to think of like, it can't be anyone super. It's a TV show. It can't be anyone super famous. Kenyu, the superhero, appeared in a real life WWE match. He has his own show. Huh. I'm gonna have to ask for another hint, or I'm just gonna keep thinking of nothing right now. Give me another hint. I'll figure it out at some point in 5 years. Meanwhile, the Broncos and the Colts, I thought the game was over and the Broncos were going to beat the Colts by 1 point. But right now, the Colts just made an amazing catch on the sideline and got out of bounds. And I think they're in a decent field goal range right now. But Vinatieri, first down, but Vinatieri has been not reliable at all. They're going to have to rely on Vinatieri. They got a minute and a half, so I guess they got time. But Vinatieri has been not clutch at all. It happened in 2016. All right. 2016. What was big going on at 2016? And it's a superhero. So you didn't even say it was a Marvel superhero. It could be, tell me right now, just tell me this as a clue. Is it Marvel? Just because I'm thinking it could even be DC at that point. But I almost feel like if you told me DC, it gives it away. Like I'm thinking like Jason Momoa, but I don't know if he's got his own show. The problem is I don't know any of those people that have their own TV show. That would probably give it away instantly, but like it could be a DC character. It could be Jason Momoa. It could be it's DC. Then it's gotta, I mean, it's not. Show's still going. Who the hell has a show? I'm trying to go through the roster of like, and who would have an actual wrestling match? Like I was almost gonna say Jesse Eisenberg, who was Lex Luthor, but Lex Luthor would not fight somebody in a wrestling match. Titans just fumbled the ball in their own red zone, and the Buccaneers grabbed it and ran it for a touchdown, which would give them the lead by a field goal with 3 minutes left. But no flags and nothing's been thrown, but no one said whether or not it's confirmed. I'm going to give up on that one, D4C. It's all guesses at this point. My guess would have been Jason Momoa, but I just can't think of anybody else. I don't know anybody that got the show. Do you think that the Browns are playoff material? At the beginning of the season, I thought they were, but I don't know. The Browns aren't doing anything to really shock my world at this point. I thought for sure in the offseason when they were doing all those trades and making moves, I thought the Browns were going to be pretty solid, but didn't happen. So the Buccaneers play was blown dead. Even though it was a fumble and a touchdown, the play was already blown dead. So it's Buccaneers ball, but they have 70 yards to go, and they're down by 4 points. So Jameis Winston is just hustling. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't argue with it. That's what happened to the Saints in like week 3 or 4. Same thing happened to the Saints. And you just got to deal with it. You can't challenge that ruling. So I think you did elimination, you would have gotten it easier. Stephen Arnold, Green Arrow from the show Arrow. I wouldn't have never thought of that, only because I've only seen like season 1 of Arrow, maybe half of season 1 of Arrow. I did really think it was cool, but WB shows I just can't get into. I watched Smallville and I watched Supernatural and I watched Vampire Diaries, some of it, but I don't know. Like sometimes I just can't deal with the teeny bopper WB shows. A meal. Oh, see, I always do the RN thing. a meal. See, thank you D4C for putting the capital M. But yeah, I probably wouldn't have guessed that. Was it good? Was it like a cool match? Because I don't remember that at all. I thought I would have remembered it when you said it, but I actually don't remember that. Just put your damn glasses on. Well, at this point, I think I'm going to call it quits because I literally got home and just jumped on this to watch the Saints game. So I figured I'd let you guys know what the deal is. He did better than David Arquette, I would imagine. He's definitely in better shape. David Arquette's hilarious, and I love him as an actor. But the guy from Green Arrow is definitely in better shape, much better physique. So thank you guys, whoever's still here. I appreciate watching. I normally plan these ahead of time, you know that, but I have a lot going on with everything. So D4C, I'm going to make a video explaining to everybody why I haven't posted videos yet. But you already know my mom's in the hospital and everything like that. So I'm going to post it up there. And then I'm going to try to edit up some videos today. Because at this point, I can't really see my mom. I already saw her this morning. And I think I'm just going to take the night off because I don't know how much she's even remembering of me there. And I can't run myself ragged. So at this point, what are your thoughts on Antonio Brown and him quitting the NFL for now? It's all hissy fits. My guess is it's all hissy fits. And I never liked Antonio Brown. I don't know. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's a phenomenal football player. But he is a giant baby that likes to whine. There are a few of them. And the Indianapolis Colts are about to kick a field goal for 51 yards to win the game. And they did. But there's still 20 seconds for the Broncos. But the Colts do have the lead right now. And likely it will stay. So the Colts did eke out a win on the Broncos, likely. But as far as Antonio Brown, I think as a person, he's a pretty miserable person. I mean, put it this way. If you have this many controversies going on at one time, you did something wrong. Like people, I know there's evil people and there's mean people and stuff like that, but people don't just come out of the woodwork in masses to just knock on a good guy. So clearly he is a bad person, and I don't really care to see him, but some team will pick him up and he will come back. I guarantee it. But this is the weirdest live stream ever. Anywho, really appreciate Choppa. I'm going to assume that's your name. I enjoy you in the chat. I hope you subscribe. I'm going to do these week to week again. I'm going to check out how it looks on the live stream when I go and edit everything. So if it looks up to par, hey, Daniel D., thanks for saying bye. I didn't even know you were still here, but you probably just like to listen. It's all good. I'm going to find out how this looked. Maybe I'll buy a camera, maybe I won't. But I'll be back week to week now that Brees is back with live Saints games. So thanks for watching. I'm going to post up a video, like I said, explaining what's going on this week. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.